It's good.
You know, like, well, for mercenaries. Something to do with his character. Because he's like, well... Do you still have that LMG minigun thing from Nerf?
I threw it out, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't work?
No, I never got it working.
Oh, really? You missed out. Valley Village had another one for like $14.
They always have another one. It's just that they all suck.
I found working guns there.
Fuck. That's not right. Shenanigans? No, not shenanigans. It's fucking Sunday, you daffy piece of shit. Oh. Oh. There we are.
Are you bribes right now?
I'm sorry?
Are you accepting bribes right now? Like system?
Oh, I'm alright at the moment. It's fucking barely noon.
I don't say you have to start now. You can just hold on to it when you want it.
Well, whatever. I mean, if you want to gift the table with something, that's cool. Just throw it in the fridge. It'll sit there until one of us gets the hankering.
He gets thirsty.
Really, what we're missing is smokables, but...
Oh, I told...
once Max gets here, we'll have way too much
good.
smokables.
If you
I actually have to tell Max to chill out on the amount he smokes.
Yeah.
Because he can get a bit...
He's actually slowed down, though. That's the thing. Is
well, he had to, eventually.
Well, no, it's not even that. Is he took a major tolerance break one time just because he counted up how much he was going through and he realized he was dumping money.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, time to cut it
Watch
off.
yourself.
Yeah.
This is bleach, so I don't want to ruin your clothes.
How has the game's been going online, though?
Fun. Yeah, it's been going great. Every other, all the side games got put on hiatus for various reasons. I had some streamers profess that they would like to play, and then they organized things about as well as Fletcher just did now.
Oh, jeez.
The bonus of this being, though, is that you were en route, so...
I'm more organized than Fletcher, and I'm half the reason why he didn't screw his game clean over. Because he told me what he was trying to do with that bringing another character in from another realm thing. I was like, Fletcher, you know you're just basically denying he's the DM by doing that. And he's like, what? I'm like, well, you're basically saying you want him here whether or not the DM says yes or no.
He's learning.
He's like, oh.
He's learning.
Yeah.
I'm a patient guy.
And it's just kind of funny because when he explained to me what he was trying to do, I was like, dude, you could just have said, hey, can I have another friend jump in? He's like, yeah. Here's the character sheets. That's as far as he would have gone.
And as far as making a guild, what I have intended is that you guys start as part of a quote-unquote guild.
He said he had enough cash to, like, well...
And especially if he's intending on bringing his character in.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that on the basis of what my concept for this campaign is to be.
Well, the dwarf I wanted to make was going to be like a gunsmith kind of guy. But he went and dabbled. The reason why he got
kicked. Okay, did you read the wiki at all? No. All right. So
there's a wiki page now.
There's a full-fledged wiki with all sorts of information on there. Oh shit!
One thing I was going to suggest for Max when he's here though is you tell him he can't have his phone on.
Otherwise, he'll have to keep going.
Well, because then he'll run off to do things all the time. Because he never stops working. He's like, no, tell your client, sorry, I'm occupied till this time.
Well, that's why I wasn't concerned about Max being a member of the game.
Yeah.
But Max wants to play, so it's a matter of whether or not he can.
What I would rather have him as a drop-in character and have like 3 stable characters playing, and then when he shows up, like say halfway through. I
don't do drop-ins.
Oh, okay.
No, if I'm running something like this, I intend to
start to finish.
Have everybody show up.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody shows up consistently unless it's like life or death or whatever.
What I'm saying is sometimes Max is not so great on...
I've known Max a long time.
Yeah, you've seen his timelines for being relatively behind.
Max time is very much a thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Valve time and etc.
It's been a coined phrase practically at this point. But yeah, no, it's just that I was thinking if Max is going to have those issues...
Shit. I'll be right back.
Your server?
Yeah.
Very funny. Oh, that's cute, dude. I was gonna say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, for sure. Doesn't reach me now. And beer. This last time we played? Julie, you would like the new zap straps they have. They have have a quick release on them. They have zap straps now that you can actually like cut whatever size you want, but they have a quick tab that you pull off.
I've seen that sort of thing. I think I've seen that sort of thing.
They just have them. They've had them at Princess Auto for a while now.
Seems about right.
Cheap, but decent.
Alright, so there we go there. And you know, that was what it was, wasn't it? That was what it was. Okay.
Restart it was necessary?
Audio test.
That's there.
This is not working for some reason.
No, we just gotta find a way to get a 3D render. We just need to get you a 3D projector. Because then you can do like your ships in the air.
Like holograms?
Yeah, like holograms. Well,
That'd be neat.
have you seen the one they do for that Japanese pop star that's a complete digital render?
I've seen a couple of those.
No, they have one that's never actually has a physical person they've ever made. They actually 3D built character, and she sings, and she's one of the biggest pop stars in Japan.
Huh.
And then they packed a stage right literally 2 per projectors with people, and they're like raving over a song that's sung by a machine.
That'd be crazy to see, eh?
It's just ridiculous because she dances around in the air like 12 feet higher than the crowd, so she can walk across the whole crowd and everything without even.
Have you ever heard of Macross Plus?
Macross
and
Plus?
Sharon Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard of Macross Plus.
Macross Plus, have you ever watched it? Okay, do you remember the celebrity in that, the hologram girl? That's Sharon Apple.
Okay.
Yeah, and the idea in that was that it was based on the brainwaves of the woman who was her manager.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that was what that movie was, and it just perfect. Okay.
I figured if you guys are gonna play later on, I at least want to construct a character before.
Wow. Yeah, do you have a character sheet?
No.
Whoo! Oh, I think I just hammered back whiskey.
Yeah, I also brought these to the table too.
Yeah, that's not good.
So later on when I get to the drink. I always figured, well, there's 5 o'clock somewhere, so when does drinking actually stop? If we drink water, it's the same.
I ain't gonna judge if you want to have a drink.
No, I'm not just poking at it because I've seen other people like, oh.
I thought I had character sheets. Okay, I'm
Oh.
gonna go print some.
Okay.
that. What do we got here? You haven't heard from Max yet, and you're still at home. I'm assuming, because that's why you're
Fletcher?
not here.
Fletcher?
Oh no, Fletcher's waiting on us. Apparently his ride's getting a haircut.
Yeah. City's getting a ride though, which is better than not.
Yeah, no, that would be a great improvement over walking, for sure.
Or biking, use the pedal.
Or yeah, biking.
Can I borrow a pencil for the illustration? Is some of these pencils usable?
Yeah, go ahead. There's a sharpener.
Sure enough. It's got an edge there.
Let's get this all erased.
Do you still do the buying, bribing for extras?
You mean the injections?
You get injections like this, the new name for it?
That was more or less always the name for it.
Stat modifications you can get or whatever?
Oh!
Like when I pay big bribe and get, bigger something.
I don't,
Because you did that when I was playing, when we were playing before, where some people screwed up, they like handed over alcohol and didn't die.
I don't recall that specifically. I may have just done that.
It was basically, you just they handed over a bunch of
I was probably just fucking around, dude.
Oh, okay.
There's what I'm after.
Celeste doesn't play often then?
Not last minute.
Oh yeah, of course not last minute.
No, if we can plan ahead, she loves playing.
So next week we plan ahead? That'd be better.
She will probably play next week Friday, is what it is.
Okay. So instead of is that the online stuff or that's the drop-in? Like the live play.
What's the question?
Is that the drop-in stuff she's playing for? Like where we play here, or is that online? That she's playing for.
What?
I was wanting to know if is that for playing online that she be playing here on Friday, or
No, it's in house. We play around the table, yeah.
Okay. Because you said you had an online one where you're trying to start.
That was gonna be today. That didn't happen, unfortunately. So it was what it was. It's going at XC. What is that? XC3758.
Dirk Wizard's online on there already.
Oh yeah, he's like you said. He's waiting on his ride. I wonder what the hell was going on with my soundboard. Whatever.
Sounds like it needs to be.
It works now. Works great. Now. Are you on? Yes, you are. Good stuff. I don't see any issues there. Alright, so it looks like the stream is good. I gotta get alerts up here. Let's that on. Let's get this shit out of here. Alright. #1 free streamer tool. Log in to get started. Alright, here we go. I don't have anything like taking over the visibility of my stream. Okay, cool. We're good there. Cool. Alright, that's good. And
It was really annoying because about 2 months ago, Max had told me that he had a whole bunch of people that wanted to play a D&D game. And he's like, I just have to go talk to Dooley. I'm like, cool. Tell him I want to jump in too.
right.
I never got to talk to you. Ever. It was just like, kept feeling somehow that it was like that you were mad at him somehow for him not playing a couple times. I'm like,
That would be his own inner conspiracy theories.
I was like, he would have said something.
Let's see, this is more or less centered. Cool. And let's get my little widget. Oh, widget up. Cool. And make sure the visibility... Oh, there it is, right at the top. Oh, nice.
Is it possible for dwarves to make, like, a multi-barreled guns?
So, dwarves in my campaign, you have to read about them, but dwarves are one of the most powerful races, and they hate everyone.
That's fine.
That said, there is a race of dwarves known as the Dwinians, and they're known as Dwinians because their god, one of the gods of the dwarven pantheon, whose name escapes me. It's not like Dwyn. It's
something else, I guess. You'll remember later. Anyway, sorry.
Hang on a sec. Here, I can dig it up here.
I wouldn't worry about it till you need to remember.
I've got it in front of me. Shut up. So, Marthamor Dwyn is the member of the dwarven pantheon that basically promotes the wanderlust that causes the Dwinians to exist. So Dwinians are nomadic dwarves who never returned to their home. And this is something that all dwarves do in this campaign world, is that at a certain age, they're released into the world. Go, find your destiny, find your fate. If you wish to return, it's as an experienced dwarf, a dwarf who knows his place. Yeah. Right?
Find your place in life, basically.
And that's just it. And the dwarves that don't return are the dwarves that have decided that dwarven society is not their calling. And that's that. And so you have the dwarves of High Helm, the dwarves that make up the copper, and the dwarves who run another sec. Can't quite recall. Oh, apparently nobody ever asked Max.
Oh, really? Because I talked to him yesterday, but...
Talked to you yesterday?
I did, but he didn't apparently hear that or remember that. He wasn't paying attention.
I was supposed to be at Big White today. Well, there we go. Oh. So Max is not happening.
Oh.
Allegedly. I don't know what his response will be. Anyway, so if you play a dwarf, it will be... you will probably be reviled in a lot of places that you go. You say that, but I run a very story-heavy game. Murder hoboism doesn't really get you anywhere in my games. No. Pranking, etc., will probably met with brutal force
I kind of saw that when other people were playing last time you played and someone was being stupid. And I'm like, dude, that's just getting you hurt.
So, it's just a heads up that, you know, the storyline, the context of my world is very much a thing that I hold to. So, I do take the opportunity to exercise the world's story and the mannerisms that make it up when the opportunity strikes. I think that's all the whole sticks. So, where are we right now? You have a character sheet. Yeah. You can produce a character with. What do you require to do so? Do you have anything? No? Okay.
I didn't bring those because I haven't actually, unfortunately, got...
You didn't bring them because you don't have one?
No, I don't have one. Unfortunately, because I haven't played in a very long time and I didn't get into it far enough to even buy a handbook.
Maybe one that's not so torn apart. Regardless.
I wouldn't care if it's torn apart.
Careful with that.
It just means I have to be more delicate.
Yeah, you can digitally create your character and then record it.
Yeah. Last time I digitally created my character, they gave me retarded stats. Like 26 on one of the stats. Or no, I think 26 or 24 or something stupid. It was just like, okay, let's stick that as my agility. I don't know, it's like 18 for strength, like 24 for agility, like constitution is like 12.
Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to make of that, and it's kind of...
No worries.
We talked, but I never said yes or something.
Alright. Well then, I was just asking what time does he go at? Because at least if he comes by and builds a character, and then the next round we can finish one. Because I just know that whenever Max goes to build a character, he takes for or to figure out what he wants. Well then, I always thought the first day was build your character, get your idea where you're going, and then go from there. Like next.
Right.
So if he shows up and just builds his character, he's got one step ahead of his usual when he shows up next week.
What I would like is if people had organized this and then we had everybody here, so it wasn't just me sitting out here keeping you company. I've got shit that I could be doing right now, but we've got a situation. So
is it something you can do here while you're...
no, actually, it's like legitimate work that I got to get buckled down to. But the bottom line is you're here and we're waiting on Fletch and allegedly waiting on Max to maybe come by. So we have a predicament. We have a major predicament.
We do.
In the meantime, you have a character sheet, so I advise that you make use of it and get a character generated. As I said, there's online tools that you can use if you don't want to go rooting through a book. You can use an online tool to generate the character.
Just create the whole thing here, or
on your phone, which is a miniature computer with an internet browser. You can go onto an online tool like D&D5e, for example, and you can generate a character there using basic rules. There won't be as many options as there's there, but you can do that.
So I just talked with Max. Apparently he's dealing with his landlord right
Yes, that's exactly what I got texted.
Yeah.
None of that is my concern. I don't give two shits about what Max is going through. The fact is, though, Max isn't here. That's what I give a shit about. Yeah. That's it. So we've got a predicament, like I said. So the best thing you can do is get your character ready so you can say to the rest of the guys that you have a character ready. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're still waiting on Fletcher.
So this website I go to is...
Okay, so Max is going to deal with his landlord and let me know.
Alright.
Otherwise, I guess I will put away minis. And entertain the few stragglers who might end up at this stream expecting that we were going to play Dungeons & Dragons when really we're just going to stare at each other.
Yeah. I was going to ask is, what's that website you said to go to again?
D&D Beyond.
Okay, D&D Beyond?
Yeah. Cute. Wraiths galore here.
I noticed the Manticore lost a wing.
I'm sorry?
Your Manticore. The Manticore up there on your list of creatures. The flying mount I used for run the last game I played.
It lost a wing?
Yeah, the wing's like falling off.
I don't see the Manticore actually offhand.
Oh, it's up along the... It's on the list of monsters in the middle, like... See where you got that black thing hanging down? It's like that way further, along the top row. He's got a plastic post. No, farther over, one over.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Huh, where did his wing go?
I don't know. I just thought it was missing and...
When the fuck did that happen?
I don't know.
Huh. Fascinating. When the hell did that happen? Huh. Funny thing is, it's an easy fix. Oh god! As long as you can open your, glue. do with the other glue? Non-ruined glue. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's that guy fixed. Okay, so there's those. These guys can go away. This guy can go in there. As can these guys. Actually, these guys. Wraith.
I'm getting this thing across my screen, telling me I can't even view page.
It's just a browser error.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me or the site.
I know. So.
Are you trying to connect via Wi-Fi?
My phone has browser.
You have internet?
Yeah, I have internet on my phone.
Then just refresh the page.
And it still doesn't work. Same crap.
Interesting.
It might be just too old for this page.
Could be.
I know I had that problem before. Well, it's a long morning now. Well, I have time to kill him.
Shoo-ba-doo. Is there any more? No, that's all the wraiths. Go in there. Should I have a specific bugs hit for these guys? Okay. Okay, so there's that. Let's see over there. Those are what I need. And the event.
So am I doing a hill dwarf or a high dwarf? A mountain dwarf?
That is entirely up to you. If you are a high dwarf, you're from High Helm. Mm-hmm. If you're any other type of dwarf,
you're a hill dwarf, basically.
Yeah. Or mountain dwarf, I should
mountain
say.
Dwarf.
Mountain dwarves are the high helm dwarves.
I think I want to go with the mountain dwarf anyway, though. I got extra strength.
Whatever, dude.
Try to do the rolling of the stats on the.
Roll 4d6, drop the lowest.
Come on. So I can put it anywhere on this list?
Yeah.
Come on.
What you might want to do is just write out the 6 numbers ahead of time and then assign them as you see fit. Okay, so there's a place to put that. You know what? There's so okay.
So when it says I get plus, my strength and score is increased by 2, that means it just my stat goes up by 2? On the mountain board. What's this? Score.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
This dwarf is going to be. Could a gun user go as a paladin as well?
I'm sorry?
Could I go as a gun wielding paladin without a sword?
Yes.
Sweet. So shield and a gun.
Yeah, this campaign, you guys are going to be part of an organization known as the Covenant of Silver.
Okay.
And whatever plans Fletcher has, he obviously is not remembering.
Your entire thing.
Not just my entire thing, but the entire thing that I told him about and that his character is from.
Oh.
So he's talking about how he wants to run this guild, and he's bringing over his character and blah, blah, blah. But his character is a part of this guild
Oh.
already. His character is already a part of this organization. So... I'm sorry? 1.
1? Okay.
You start at level 1, yeah.
Alright.
No worries. Yeah, that was the thing. As soon as I dropped it to 1280 from 1920. Interesting. So that was the big issue.
Was the audio was too high?
No, the resolution, the canvas resolution.
Oh.
I was trying to put out 1920 by 1080. This computer has trouble processing that.
Oh. I need a better video card?
Processor.
Oh, processor?
And more memory wouldn't hurt either.
What type of RAM does it take? DDR3?
More than likely. I don't remember.
Do you know if you got extra RAM slots? My brother's got some RAM and he said he had for sale. It was 2 sticks of okay. Because he's got 2 sticks of DDR3 that's 4 gigs a stick.
4 gigs a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could swap out. I have 2 gig sticks and 2 single gig sticks. There's 6 gigs of memory in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you swapped out the 2 1 gig sticks, you'd be like way above.
10 gigs of memory would probably help.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, my mom has a computer guide. We got.
Is that gonna be warm enough going back home?
Yeah, I brought an acrylic sweater.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
going
say
back home.
Yeah.
And if anything, I can get a ride if possible. So I'm good. Thank you. Okay.
Do you have a pencil and shit?
I have a pen.
Okay.
Fuck.
I've got dice too.
Okay.
We have dice is something we have lots of around here.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not taking the dice I give you home,
No.
right? No. Okay.
So you want me to make a new character?
Yes.
All right.
It's first level.
Yeah. I thought we were just moving over Kale
You can rewrite Kale if you like.
as a level 1.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you may want to write a new character altogether, but that's entirely your
Or else
prerogative.
rebuild the character, but you can build it like you can build Kale a different way.
Yeah.
Making a new character is advisable.
Yeah.
That way you won't be assuming anything or wanting to have anything go a certain way.
Yeah.
One thing that I think in the question for your case is, if you did build a new character, you can make him a dwarf, and then we wouldn't have problems. Because if I made a dwarf and you were an elf, I'd hate the hell out of you.
True.
I just wanted to like kick you every time I had the option to kick you.
Yeah.
So he's not looking at him, but kicking the butt. Like, it wasn't me.
Fair enough.
Just poking you over time.
Yeah.
You get pissed after a while.
almost want to go as a Dragonborn, but no, not really.
Whatever you go as,
Uh,
you're going to be a member of the Covenant of Silver again. But this time an actual member of the Covenant of Silver.
not a dropout?
Not a runaway, no.
Okay.
Actually, I've never defined what the story is, just that that you left. I said, actually, no, I did say that you were disenfranchised and fucked off on them. I did say that. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. I think I'll go with Dragonborn, actually. Because apparently sorcerers were Dragonborns at some point and stuff.
Sorcerers have dragon blood, is the idea.
So if you went as a Dragonborn, you'd be a really powerful sorcerer?
No.
No? Okay. Well, then, what do you want to go for? What type of character are you playing for?
I don't know.
Do you want to be a magic user or a gun wielder?
Yeah. I'm going as a gun wielder.
Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that because really, Kale is both, so whatever.
Yeah, he's a magic wielding gun. Do you know the concept of a minigun? How it works? With the barrels, the separate barrels, how you jam one, you pull the whole firing mechanism, it will fire 5 barrels instead of 6. I want to make one of those on this game.
Neat. You want to finish your character so we can get playing?
Yes, I'm going to. Okay, rolling dice for. So level 1 hit points plus 10 by Constitution modifier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Every level.
Or I could go as a Tiefling with a tail. Yeah, I'll go as a Tiefling. Short horns, long tail. Zazabar. Oh, that's player name. Oh, my brother is actually quite interested in the matches, so he's actually wanting to play.
Well,
The one that your mom's kicking out because he was teething and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can go soak his head in some gasoline.
Okay, good. I just wanted an opinion.
that's good.
Just from what I've heard, I don't want that guy in my garage.
No doubt.
D&D Beyond has got to be the most questionably useful thing. Gas though. Yeah.
So do you want me to roll my stats or you?
Gas boarding. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll 4d6, drop lowest.
Yeah.
What are you rolling? It sounds like thunder. Okay, never mind.
There's a bunch of different ones.
Yep. Drop lowest.
13 for strength.
You don't have to.
Oh.
Write down
You
your
don't
pledge.
have to do it in order.
Okay.
You can just write them down and then
Write it
assign
down
them as you
and
see.
then
Right.
Pick the ones you want in.
Yeah, we're not running that strict a game.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everything's falling nowadays.
well, that's just me trying to be fancy and failing. It's falling with style.
12. 9, yeah, 12.
Okay. We will throw how many of these guys in there?
12 again. Ah, it broke. 5. 9, 12 again.
What's going on, Lo?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Did it really? Holy shit, it actually fucking did. You goddamn thing. I thought it wasn't going to, just because, you know,
13.
we got a lesser resolution happening, so I figured it'd run properly, but go figure. Thanks for the heads up.
Ooh. 8.
Nope, nope, nope. That's a bit much. God, I got a lot of these guys. The minis as they once were. I don't want to use him. He's too heavy looking. That guy. These guys. I don't need him.
And you have to find a Tiefling caricature to paint. Or do you have one?
I have a female. No, I have a male mage, Tiefling.
That works. Because I can be his backup, basically, then.
I mean, I don't care if you're playing a mage or not. Even there's the mini, because it is a good Tiefling.
Nice. Fire resist. Infernal Legacy.
Yeah, here he is. His tail's in there. Yep. There you go, buddy.
Cool. Awesome.
In theory, we could cut off his... what's going on, Boris? We could cut off his hand that he's doing the shocker with.
Yeah.
The shocker.
Yeah.
And give him a gun.
Yeah. Depending on...
Whether or not this character survives.
Yeah, depending on how he survives, I might just give him a gun.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think we have enough minis. I think I have enough.
So when I roll like for my constitution, or I'm rolling for my hit points, do I add my constitution bonus to the roll of the die?
When you're rolling your...
For my hit points.
You don't roll hit points. You take the maximum of the dice.
Oh.
Holy shit, fuck this fucking camera. I'm gonna fucking smash it. I'm gonna smash it.
Hulk smash.
What a load of shit. Alright, let's do that. Maybe that helps. Kill off the other camera so that it's not taking up frames. You think you got something figured out, right? You think you got something figured out. Well, lo and behold.
So if I'm to be...
Yeah, if you hadn't been already on your way because Fletcher can't organize shit, I would have said let's set it up for later. Because later on, my kids are going over to my mom's place, and so the wife could play, and we'd have 3 people, despite whatever the fuck Max is doing.
Sure.
A lot of assumptions here, gentlemen. A lot of assumptions and not much actual planning.
Or talking to each other. Like
yeah, bad on part.
Hey, notice how I don't do the talking, I do the planning, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you guys are talking, I want to get to the point of it.
Yeah, I was trying to plan this ahead of time. So hit points I do how for the starting hit points? So
you take the maximum of the die, so in this case, a 10. You add your constitution to it, that's your hit points.
So my constitution number?
No, fuck no, the bonus.
Oh, the bonus is +3.
So there you go, so you have 13 hit points.
Okay.
Don't get shot.
But it also says I have plus for my level of 1 hit points for +10 to my constitution modifier. And then my paladin level.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know.
Let's take a good look at this. What is this?
It says 1 dice for paladin level. So I'm playing level 1 paladin.
Right.
So can I get
Hit points at higher level. 1d10 or 6.
No, I'm not talking
plus
about that
your...
one. I'm talking about this one here.
Yeah,
Ooh,
at
roll
first
it.
level is 10 plus your con mod.
Might
Doesn't
just
it add
end
that one
up
there?
choosing more.
No.
Okay. So I get 13 hit points. Ooh.
They're alleviating that.
Okay. That's gonna be fun.
I think I'll be a warlock this time.
Okay. Although my armor class will be nice.
For
What
sure.
type of armor do I get? So it says I can have all armor types for me.
Yeah, so Covenant of Silver soldiers get what's called a fiber weave.
Okay.
It soaks water, but it's aerodynamic, so don't land in water with it. It will soak water and become twice as heavy. Otherwise, it is the same armor class as half plate,
nice.
with the dexterity bonus of a chain shirt. So I believe it's +3. What's going on, Polar Bear?
Okay.
Hexblade Warlock would be a good idea, according to him.
Gotcha.
But not for private purposes. He snorts it and gets a +2 berserk. One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. I like to share with my gun. My gun is my favorite friend ever.
Oh geez, that would have some real major problems.
Yeah, definitely going with the Warlock. Straight up Warlock, no subclass.
D&D drugs, so funny. Yeah, can be.
So
Until your character gets addicted, and then they just sit in the corner of your hovel, your roleplay hovel, and you spend every session just getting high and not accomplishing anything.
yeah, and you're pissing off the DM. They show up and do nothing.
Well, your character doesn't do anything. What do you do? Oh, I get high. Roll for addiction. Yep, you're addicted. Right on. You don't do anything for another day.
Roll for addiction.
Your maximum number of hit points goes down.
By 1.
Sorry, what were you doing?
What's the armor class based off again? It's my. You said the armor class is +3 off the shirt. Like the
No, you have the armor class of half plate.
half plate.
So look up half plate.
Where
I believe it's a 17 actually, 10 plus 7, or it's a +7 for half plate. I'm not entirely sure. One sec, I will look it up. It's 15 plus Dex mod.
Okay, my Dex mod's +4.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, wearing this fiber weave, you can only use +3 of it.
Okay, so +3 anyway.
Oh, but it does not give you disadvantage on stealth,
Oh, that's awesome.
which half plate normally does. It also weighs 15 pounds,
Okay.
Instead of 30 for a breastplate.
or 40 for actual half plate.
True.
That said, again, if you ever get it browns, if you ever get it wet, it doubles in weight instantly.
So it becomes 30 pounds.
It becomes 30 pounds.
Alright.
It's very warm though in the colder climates.
So it's like fiber weave fleece, except
No.
impact resistant almost.
No, it's basically the armor that Batman wore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't get him wet.
Yeah.
Soggy when wet.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fun to put it on the back. Scrawl it on the back of his thing. Soggy when wet.
You want to finish your characters?
Oh, okay.
And nature.
Let's get the plan here.
Yeah.
So, my armor class will be put at what?
So you're going to be making your armor class, where did I say 15 plus Dex bonus?
My Dex bonus is +3 at this one.
So your total armor class will be 18 then.
Oh, sweet.
If your Dex bonus is +4 and you can only use +3 of it, there you go.
Sweet.
So my armor class would be 16 because I only have a +1 on Dex.
Alright, so you wearing the same type of armor? Or
Yes. If you're wearing, yeah.
He's wearing half plate?
No, he's wearing fiber weave.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean, it's a chain shirt, but he's a mage.
Fiber weave is Covenant of Silver armor.
Okay.
Every soldier in the
Exactly.
Covenant of Silver is trained in wearing and
proficiency in this.
yes.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that he can go and put on full plate or half plate or even a fucking breastplate.
You get screwed on that
He
one.
couldn't wear a dinner plate without proficiency, but he's very proficient in the use of this fiber weave.
Yeah.
Because you guys have been trained in it. You guys have been training for years in it.
That means I can take it on and off real fast.
No, it still takes, what is it? It's 5 minutes? I can't remember what the doffing... I can't remember what the donning and doffing is for
Yeah, it has
full
no-
plate. I think it's
bad.
donning and doffing. Let's see here.
Is this real full plate or is this by D&D standards?
This is by D&D standards.
That is
Real
okay.
full plate will take an assistant and a whole lot of time.
Depending on the full, if it's full plate or field plate, because field plate was a different story. Do you ever read up on field plate?
Do you ever finish your character?
No, not yet. So, saving throws.
The more I use D&D Beyond, the more I regret paying for a whole year of it. You know? Boy, I tell you, that D&D Beyond, it's not as useful as one would think. You know, it's lacking certain things like the playtest material that my players use. Hello. Incoming.
So proficiency bonus is 3?
At level 1?
Yeah.
I believe it's a +2. You can see it at the beginning of the very first table in the entire book is proficiency per level. Max apparently has 1 errand.
Oh, boy.
I didn't think you're plaguing today.
Plaguing?
I am a plague every day. Thank you, Persephone. I am a plague upon my players, a cancer upon all those around me. I am nothing but the plague.
Why would you not be plaguing today?
Those who come in contact with me are stricken with the sickness.
Problems.
Yeah, it's a -1.
Okay, so... Oh, wow, this is the one right next to me. Oh, that's not right.
Where do you find these skills for class?
You find them in the class part.
I'm under...
And under race.
There, that's
too.
better, eh? How's that audio?
I'm under race. Oh, in class and race.
Yeah.
How is the
There's-
audio, anyway?
You get 2 buffs, basically. 1 from class, 1 from race.
Yeah. I got one. My one from base gives me Constitution +2.
Nice.
My class gave me oh yeah, my mountain dwarf thingy.
Yeah.
Mountain dwarf.
You're okay with playing with the demon?
I hate them all anyway, but I'll shoot at. I'll shoot near you.
Make
Whatever,
sure you
guys.
explode.
Does it? Okay, cool. Thank you, Boulder Bear.
I have another cow.
So, just a heads up to everybody who's watching. If you scroll down on my... Thank you, babe. If you scroll down on what model camera, depends on your budget, my man. I mean, this camera right here and this camera right here are $200 a piece, and they are Logitech C920 something or other. It's written very small on it somewhere. You can get a like the camera that's right there. That is a PlayStation Eye, PS3i. There are drivers for it on Windows. They are fantastic cameras, but they only go as high as 640 480. But they will do 60 frames a second at 640 480. So, you know, if you can find another camera that will do 640 480, or I mean 60 frames a second, then great. The other thing is the color balance within the CMOS on the PS3Is is crazy. Like, they're designed to make silhouettes happen. So it'll wash me out, but you will absolutely still see my silhouette because it's meant to pick up motion, right? So they're super powerful cameras, but very low resolution cameras. Whereas these ones, being Logitech hardware of the high caliber that they are, you know, no complaints whatsoever. Otherwise, the microphones that I have, these things are cheap jobbies. I mean, this one particularly next to me is a $60 blue ice, and the center omnidirectional is a snowball. Yeah,
No, well,
a
maybe.
blue brand snowball.
I
Yeah,
don't-
silver one as opposed to the black one. So the omnidirectional is about $150. These cameras, like I said, are about $200 a piece. The PlayStation Eye cameras, you get them out of pawn shops for $10, $20 maybe. If you're paying $20, you're being fleeced because they're not worth that much even in stores these days. Persephone, you should come and play. Come on down, girl.
I don't have any skills from the Tiefling now. I do not.
So what's with this Mars bitch that didn't make it out? What's this all about?
Just needs space right now from everyone.
She needs space.
Yeah.
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 Just one of those, is she?
A little bit.
All right, cool. Just making sure that that works. Like, not ever. Not today, she says. Don't get my hopes up like that. I know you're not ever playing. It's okay. Hey, your dice right over there. They're waiting. It's okay. Whenever you're ready. Which will be never, but whenever, you know.
I think I'm almost ready.
Are you?
Yeah.
Whoa, but still my beating heart.
Oh, so that's mullets.
Hey, water. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll only get a +1 for nature and arcana. It's kind of sad. So, do I get to choose starting equipment and stuff? And what's it called? Field weave?
Field, something like that.
Fiber weave.
Fiber weave.
Yeah.
Whew. That is mean. That is gnarly going down. Hooba. Alright, is it afternoon?
Good day. It was afternoon and I showed up.
Sweet. Wine time. Yeah, baby.
Nice. Is that Copper Moon?
No, yes it is.
Excellent. Simple. Does a sword count as a simple weapon? Like a short sword?
You should be asking him.
Actually, it's in here, damn it. What am I doing? Weapons. 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 Not too far. Simple weapons. Spear, sickle. Yeah, I can use a sickle.
No, you don't think you'd really want to though. It's not very long range.
No, it's not.
I don't know where my strongbow glass went. I had a nice decanter style. Not decanter style.
Beer glass style?
No, it's fluted. Shit, not fluted. Fuck, I can't remember the term for it. Whatever. It's like this, but it's like
I guess I'll have
shaped
3
like
daggers then.
whatever. I don't know what a glass is that I was looking for. I don't know how to describe it. There's a glass that I would like to describe. I have no idea how to describe it or define it. Otherwise, here's fog. There, that's the most I got for you. Right. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I start off with 3 daggers.
They're cheap.
Yeah.
You put Red Bull and wine?
Why, are you judging me?
No, I'm just wondering.
You judging me?
I'm just wondering what the taste is like. That's all. It just sounds to me like it just tastes different. Completely different. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. It just sounds like fun.
I think I'm almost ready.
Sounds like fun.
8 plus Constitution modifier. I only have 9 hit points. What? Initiative is back here. It doesn't show the initiative that I get.
You don't actually have any initiative.
Oh, okay.
Every time a combat breaks out, you're just forced to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you get an initiative, then you can actually participate.
When's a passive wisdom?
It's your dexterity bonus, yo. Hey?
Oh, passive wisdom?
No. Passive wisdom is your wisdom bonus
Alright.
plus 10. So it's your wisdom bonus.
My wisdom passive is 1.
So your passive perception is 11. Yeah, which is shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. What do my initiative is what?
Is your dexterity bonus.
Okay.
Unless you take the feat. I think there's a feat for your initiative currently. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, currently that would put me at +4 to my initiative.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think think this is finished. Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm not so sure. I don't think that you would get your full initiative while you're wearing armor.
If I'm proficient in it, like...
Yeah, but the armor itself has a dexterity limit. I'm actually not sure how that works.
Is that like a +3 then?
You can keep it at a +4. I don't really care. It's not going to bother me.
It just means that if I roll crappy, I just get a little less crappy.
I'll ask Jeremy Crawford. Yeah, very good. You actually knew that, eh? He's not on today, I don't think.
He's
To answer questions.
Bigger gamers?
Jeremy Crawford?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you say Jeremy?
No,
I thought you said Crawford.
Oh, I said something else.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, Jeremy Crawford is one of the designers and rules gurus at Wizards.
Oh, nice. And you have him watch this sometimes?
Fuck no. Oh. They don't give a shit about me.
Oh, okay.
They don't give 2 fucks.
You're just talking to him on Twitter?
Those guys, if they've ever looked at me, they've looked at me and said, yeah, we can't market this guy. Next. And that was the end of it. Like, they took one look. Is that guy drinking? Is he rolling? What the fuck? Next. You know, like straight up. That would have been the beginning and end of it. Yeah, no, as far as the equipment that I use to stream this stuff, I mean, it's very specific gear, and it's been piecemeal put together, slowly evolving as we go, and these Logitech cameras are, they're regarded as, like, the streamer's camera. I think they're actually formally called the Pro Stream or something like that. I wonder if the box is...
Archfey.
Yeah, I'm not digging through my garbage.
What did they give you?
It's a thick pile of shit, so never mind.
Archfey, Fairy Fire Sleep, or Dissonant Whispers or Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
How's that look on the camera?
I think I'm going with Archfey.
Yeah, of course it's frozen because I haven't switched it back. I gotta get a power cleaner. I gotta get a power cleaner to...
Why not just use bleach and make it into a flamethrower? Or, sorry, a mustard gas spitter.
Yeah, no thanks.
That would kill us. That would be the worst game of D&D ever. I mean,
kidding.
There's total party wipes, and then there's that, Fletch. We can't do that.
That's a horrible idea, Fletch. This is why you think before you do things.
Thank you for making note of that.
Alright, so there we go. Do that, and then we will move this yonder, since we won't need it just as yet. Yes?
Yeah. Oh, memories on Facebook.
Super important stuff.
Not at all. I should really get rid of the notifications.
What is important is bricks.
I like the Great Old One set of spells. I have no idea what that means, dude.
Pack magic. I get extra spells.
Oh, pact magic.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This
The
is
old
Whispers, Detect Thoughts, Clairvoyance, Dominate Beast, Dominate Person.
Yeah, Bipolar Bear is actually paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so he's commenting on your build as you go.
Yeah. I'm actually going with the Archfey because it's just more effective, I think, in combat off the get-go. So, yeah. Like, I can understand the Great Old One, but not at the moment.
You fucking kidding me? Oh, go fuck yourself, wizards. I can't access the list of orc names. Right. I forgot. Volos is the Great Book of Names. That's all that's fucking in there. It's a whole lot of goddamn names, right? No, wait. Hang on. I'm thinking of the other one. Xanathar's. Xanathar's is the one with fucking half the book devoted to tables of names. So I'm just a little salty when I go to click fucking a reference and it says, "Oh, you can't access this," even though I own the fucking book. Never gonna get over that. Never gonna be okay with that. Orc. That's kind of neat. It'll tell me how it's pronounced. Neat. Now where's the fucking Ogren, guys? I should be able to see the Ogren.
Cool.
I guess I gotta search him up. Ogren. Are you kidding me? Oh, man.
I'd say that's done.
You got your equipment?
Arcane Focus, 4 daggers, and Fiber Weave. That's about it, yeah.
Okay.
You wanna have a gander? See if I'm missing anything.
Zazabar?
Yeah.
Get you a spell sheet.
Thank you.
Sure. Hudza. PDF options do exist. Not import, but export. Importing a PDF would be a serious pain in the ass to code. I'm just imagining that. It's a scary concept. Scary idea trying to do that.
That was cool.
Prestidigitation and True Strike. Way better. Prestidigitation. True Strike.
So there's that. You know what? Since we're waiting on Max,
Well, and Thaumaturgy, because Thaumaturgy.
I don't know if he's working today or not, but let's see if Paul wants to come out.
Witchbolt and Hex, maybe?
Is Joe available or?
Well, I'm not calling any of those regulars.
Oh,
No, I like my group, but I can only take so much of them.
Fair enough.
No, seriously though. Joe might come out, but he wouldn't want to do it regularly. He values his time.
Awesome. Hex, deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage.
Any musical requests in the audience today? Anything at all? Currently listening to rock and roll remixes of classical music.
Witchbolt and... Actually, I'll look up the Armor of Agathis and Hadar first.
Yeah, Paul's got things planned for the day. The morning star. Fucking A. You know what? I feel like listening to some Scorpion. So your proficiency bonus is a separate table at the beginning of the book, but in short, at first level, you have a +2, I think. You can double check that by going to the beginning of the book. Yep. Like literally right after the table of contents. You go into the introduction, and then creating a character, part 1. Step by step, blah, 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 boom. Oh, wait, no, hold on, that's not it.
Ability modifiers.
Ability modifiers, but where is... There you go.
Actually, charm person and comprehend languages. No, bad idea, Fetcher. actually. Witch bolt and
Let's grab the Phantom Bot Alerts.
How many skills are we allowed to have total? Is there any from the class?
You will have skills for your class, possibly... No, you don't get skills for your race ever, never mind.
Alright.
You will have skills for your class, you will have a choice from a variety, and then you will get skills or a choice from a variety for a background.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you've taken a background, Fletch, but in taking a background, that is soldier, urchin, criminal, gambler, fucking noble, artisan, etc., etc. Yeah, artisan is blacksmith.
Okay.
So if you want to have blacksmithing, you don't want blacksmithing, you want gunsmithing. Right. Gunsmithing. You don't want blacksmithing, you want gunsmithing. Yeah. Okay? But I'm going to tell you this right now. You're still going to need a blacksmith from time to time for really large guns. Yeah. Gunsmithing will allow you to field strip, repair, clean, maintain, as well as fashion new guns if you have parts. But you don't have the raw skills necessary to fashion parts from raw metal. That's blacksmithing.
That's what I'm saying. If my family was blacksmith based already, if the guy basically raised in a blacksmith family, and he decided to do an offshoot of gunsmithing because he found the guns more fun and he didn't like.
I'm done with that. Okay. So
artisan smithing, you can't do the great big massive ones up without help. So
I'm gonna double check.
Special work, like the master, there's gotta be master work. He'll never be able to do because he never learned it.
Sure.
So he's got the basic smithing skills, but not the finite, high level skill stuff. So.
Okay, so these are the backgrounds.
I'll go with folk hero because people do look up to the Covenant Silver somewhat, do they?
Guild Artisan. And your skill proficiencies are Insight and Persuasion and Tools. Gunsmithing tools you can write down. And what was the question, sorry?
Being a folk hero, the Covenant Silver are looked up to by the people, right?
The people within it, yes.
Okay.
The people without it, not so much.
Okay.
Think of them like Fletcher. It's like the Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout.
Okay, actually, it's more like the Empire from Star Wars, but...
Well, the Brotherhood of Steel have all the technology and everything, and they go around taking all the technology from all the lesser folk because they want it.
How about...
Yeah, but that's not what the Covenant of Silver is.
Yeah.
Because the dwarves have more technology than the Covenant of Silver. Yeah. The Covenant of the Rose is known as having crazy technology, too. The Covenant of Silver is like Apple meets the Empire. And then there's just all sorts of other organizations. The Covenant of Silver is one of the only organizations that is completely airborne.
Perfect.
Right? So airships, air bases, flotillas.
So basically the entire thing's air-based.
The Covenant of Silver has very few actual physical bases, but they do have a couple mountaintops to their name.
Probably is where they build their ships, right?
Guild Artisan also takes a language of your choice.
Sweet.
Folk Hero, that's what you're looking for?
Ancient Dwarven.
I wouldn't waste myself on Ancient Dwarven.
Oh, right.
I am really never going to bring a lot of Dwarven artifacts into
Dragon?
Draconic, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet. What's the language of magic?
There's a range of them. I mean, you can take Fey, Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal if you want to do... but that's more his thing. I think you get that as a tiefling anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Infernal. But for this point of making magic here and describing...
It can be Draconic or Elven, typically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those two languages that you're typically going to find magic spells in.
Oh,
Like if you go down to the retail shop and find fucking Aunt Jemima's Fireball, it's going to be written in Elven.
One of my choice, Draconic.
I'm still taking Draconic.
Where are we then?
Exactly.
So as a folk hero, is that what you're taking?
No, Hermit.
You're taking Hermit?
Yep.
So,
Have you got it there?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you'll
Medicine,
have-
religion, herbalism kit, one language, equipment.
Cool, done.
where's that
You
from?
got it figured.
Yep.
What page is that from now?
130-ish. Yeah. If you want to look up backgrounds.
Yes, I do.
Oh, nice. Nice and frozen yet again. That's awesome, you janky load of shit. Really? It fucking froze the moment I fucking brought it back? Oh, you cunt. God, that's irritating.
Okay.
Alright, so there's that.
Notes.
Okay.
And that should be it. Oh yeah, money. Copper, gold. 5
So I
pieces.
get both of the 2 for the guild thing, or persuasion and insight, or nice.
It's just a dot next to each.
Yeah.
Back.
Cool. Right. Trinkets. I don't want multi-classing. I want items. Because I'm just going straight warlock on this one. Because I have better advantages just going straight warlock than multi-classing. Because I messed up on my Cal. I wonder what a herbalism kit does. Derp, derp, derp. Or it could have went monk. That would have been awesome. A monk tiefling. There we go. Equipment. Well, 44 times 10 gold pieces. Yeah, for a warlock.
Okay. That's up to
2.
16 gold.
Maximum 16 gold.
Plus the whatever number they gave you.
It's times 10.
44 times 10?
44 times 10.
So you have to you need another before that.
Yeah. If I can find one. Yep, he doesn't have another 44. Can borrow yours for a mo. Oh, nope, that's a D8. Damn it. I'll roll that separately.
You can roll it as it is.
Okay.
It's a different color than this. Don't go back in its container, that's all.
2, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And this one here's a 3.
Yeah.
It's going upward.
Yeah. 11, so 110. Plus 5.
115.
Yeah. It's actually pretty decent to start off with. Like, I've known people to start off with like 10 gold and then just like, lol, that's harsh.
Okay. What's going on, Echo? Long time no see. Shouldn't he be streaming right now? Aren't you streaming like always now? Like every day? I swear I've seen more of you playing guitar on my channel than I have of me playing D&D on there. I auto-host you, so every so often I'll dial into my channel to change something, and there's Colin strumming away.
So I basically have proficiency with herbalism, because I had 2 herbalism kits.
Okay.
But I'm just saying I don't actually have it. I'm just like, I have 2 herbalism kits to start with. Because I started off as a hermit, and
I'm pretty sure you actually have a tool proficiency for that. Yeah, tool proficiency's herbalism kit. It actually says it.
Okay.
So you're proficient in those herbalism kits, and you should write down that you have a tool proficiency for it.
Yeah.
You're always playing bass? Are you always playing bass? You play bass a lot, I know that, but I don't know that you're always playing bass. I've seen you play other things. But yeah, no, streaming more is a good thing, hence why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. It's important to stream more. Together, everybody achieves more by streaming more.
Yeah, I really don't understand getting rid of net neutrality. Everyone's starting to stream and make their lives on the internet. Like, what's going on here, guys? Pretty much.
You mean the whole idea of not having net neutrality?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty out there. Yeah. Actually, I've noticed YouTube gets slowed down ever since the net neutrality laws were thrown out. Now YouTube is being throttled.
Yep.
So it's kind of a funny concept. But then YouTube deals in a lot of fucking bandwidth, so...
Yeah.
Fucking shit? Fuck a shit, right. A shit pie? A shit pie? Yeah, fuck a shit pie. Oh my god, I'm so done with that responsive thing. I'm turning that off. Fuck you, Fairy, you're no good. You're no good, Fairy. That fucking response thing ain't working properly, and I don't know what the hell your problem is. Should do it once.
We got a deep freeze, so I decided to buy a bunch of food instead.
That's way better.
Yeah. And besides, it keeps me more distracted than just be like, ooh, I have this to play with.
Oh,
so
Dooley, weapon. What can I have for weapon options?
You should say there in this book.
For, no, because I'm doing a gun.
Oh, yeah, gun. Fuck.
Oh, you'll get all that once we start playing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, the way the Covenant of Silver works, you go and you take what you need from the quartermaster when it's time to go on the job. It's like, just imagine, you know, like any soldier, right? You don't just have your gear with you at all times. You might have a... Actually, you know what? No, I take that back.
I have my base
Sorry.
on me, so.
You don't have anything with you. Each of you takes a revolver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Covenant of Silver 6-shooter.
Okay, 6.
Does it have, like, the Covenant Silver marking on it, too?
I'm disabling it right now. And what was that? Sorry?
Does the revolvers have the Covenant Silver emblem on them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I actually haven't given, like, a brand name. We'll call it the Silverback.
What caliber?
They're 45s.
Oh.
Wait, does that work for a...
Yeah, that does, but that's the
Yeah, it's a hand cannon.
Yeah.
The personal hand keep you.
That's a little bigger than a 375 Magnum. It's alright.
Yeah, okay, I'm just clarifying that you're okay with giving us a 44 Magnum.
That's it, the 44 Magnum.
Right.
That's the one that drops a bear at like point blank.
It's 2d8 of damage.
Okay, that's good to know.
Actually, you know what? It's a long barrel 357, since you asked.
Right.
It's a long barrel 357.
Okay, still 2d8?
It's still 2d8, yeah.
Just a little more extra range than the normal revolver.
Well, because, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're using standard issue stuff, but God, given that you're a dwarf and a gunsmith, I will start you off with a modified Covenant of Silver unit. You've expended the barrel. Yours
modified?
Yeah, you did this in your spare time.
So the other guys don't have the same set.
No, he has a 2d8 Magnum. You can take a 2d10 Magnum.
Okay.
So you actually do have a 44 Magnum.
Okay. He's got the 30. What?
357 Magnum.
Yeah, and yours is at a 2d8.
Yeah.
So that I'm okay with.
Yeah. attack bonus.
That's not. Personality. Here we go.
Next question: is it possible to possibly later on enchant the firing mechanism separately to the gun, like the barrel, where the bullets mount in? Basically, inscribe an enchantment onto the actual.
Can you finish your character so we can get to playing, please?
I don't know what else to do. Okay, I've got the fire blade, I've got a gun, and
so before we start, can I have like just a
300
small
bullets.
just a small kingdom, and then could I just have like 1,000 whores? And I mean I have this guild thing. So can they just suck my shit all day, every day, and I just get like mad bonuses for it? Is that okay?
We were considering on.
Yeah, he told me about it. Finish your characters. Let's get the gaming here.
You gotta play the game before you get those.
Alright, I think I'm done, honestly. Got the revolver, got the field weave, arcane focus.
Alright, let's text Max here and find out how far away he is.
Fire resist, dark vision, infernal legacy.
So many hit points do you have, Fudge?
9.
I've got 13.
That's okay. You have more than me.
He's running a tiefling. You're running a dragonborn. Yeah? No, dwarf. You're running a dwarf. I keep forgetting this.
Cool. Yeah, I'm honestly finished, I think. Yeah.
Are you that?
So I have my personality traits, ideals, and bond
You should have
laws.
said I would have brought something.
Nobody did, so.
I didn't know you. Because you usually said you didn't like having them in a bomb stick form.
No, I don't do bongs.
Yeah, it's just the paper sticks. You roll up and smoke them.
No idea.
Joints. You only do joints, right?
That's right.
Alright.
That shelf of minis is huge, eh?
Yeah,
It's a lot of minis.
quite excellent.
It's a nice collection.
It's decent. Paul's is bigger.
Really?
Paul's is ridiculous.
You must have a lot of time.
Well, he still buys them. I actually stopped buying them because I ran out of room. I said I've had it. I've had enough.
There's minis in those cups too.
That's the thing. There's minis in the cups. There's minis on the shelf. The minis on the shelf are the ones that I don't want piled together because they'll break.
Yeah. The more the ones you need to keep safe.
Yeah. And then I've got the fucking box of them down here, and then I got the pile of them there.
Yep, got my notes, got my character ready. Chaotic alignment, hermit, yada yada yada, Zazabar. Zazabar.
Okay, and Tegan's playing. Well, great.
When we get
Cool.
over here. We get here. So.
We may actually get a full complement here if we actually end up starting at 3. No. Well, it's 2 o'clock-ish now, so. He's talking about pre-made. Actually, here's what I'll do. I'll be right back.
I don't know if you want some more sheets. I should ask you for that.
Vanilla, cinnamon, banana custard.
Is it just flavors?
No.
Is it
There's 6 milligram nicotine. I'm sorry.
Why? You should really,
Because I'm pissing off my brother.
no, you should really just stick away from it. It's great.
I totally didn't notice when I bought it, but when I went home it's like 6 milligram. Fuck! So when I put my new filter in, I'm gonna clean it.
And all these greens?
And the only way I can use greens with that is if I use that batch shit.
So that's fine.
But then I'd have to stink up the house.
No, you
And-
no fletcher, you smoke it with the flavor at the same time.
No, that's what I'm saying. To mix it in with the flavor, you need to boil hot water and shit.
Okay, you don't understand. You use a shatter, you put it in there, you take a little teeny tiny bit of that flavor, and you drip it on there, you don't let it stay in there. You turn it on so it's a little warm.
I'd have to put that thing on its side because the way this thing works, that's literally the chamber.
Yeah, you're dripping stuff.
That's fine.
Oh.
It's in the jar.
Well, then what you do is you basically have to. There's a jar that's even better. What you do is you take your shatter, you drop your shatter in the jar.
I'd have to drop it on its side, like this, like
No,
that.
no. It's a jar that catches things.
I know, but the vaporizer's in there with the jar.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The way it works is you put your piece of crap on the bottom, and then you put your liquid on top, and then you pull with it, and then pull both of them together.
Okay. You're gonna have to do that with me. No, I don't even know right now. I'm focused on D&D. I'm sorry. But I know what you're saying. Is I'd have to basically liquefy the shatter and put it in there.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not hard.
Okay.
And it's not hard. Just keep warm it up.
Yeah.
Just put it. Don't.
I have a space heater. I
No,
can
not
warm
even
it up.
that. The best way to warm it up is you stick it on the thing and put it on your hand. Just let it sit there.
Really?
It'll go to soft.
Wow.
It'll attack you there because it melts. Dude, if you put it too close to the light, it will break.
Really?
Max did it before. He held up a shards of light and it exploded. Because it expanded.
Okay.
Yeah. And you just leave it out on a piece of paper and it'll go all gooey. And you just take it like goo. And you just
I should write down witch bolt fucking damage type and stuff.
I forgot to ask how much ammunition I have too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Like, I think we start off with like 50 bullets in a sling or something.
I want a little more than that. And I also gotta
Per mission, 50 is usually enough.
Yes, but I'm also gonna make sure I have a shield because my character's got 2 proficiencies. One in armor and one in guns and one in shields.
Mine is herbalism and daggers.
Fletcher, 1 in guns and 1 in shields. Sit behind my shield and shoot.
Yeah. Up to
Now
1 minute. Crackling blue energy lances outwards at a creature within range. What? 1d12 lightning damage. And Hex is like an additional 1d6.
Where did you get your gold number for your character?
Oh, literally, I'll show you in a second. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. You'd be surprised how, like, out of it I actually am. Just, like, fucking applying, putting on a show and all that bullshit. Plus 1d6 necrotic. Cool. So basically, I can either cast Hex on said creature and you'll do extra damage, or just use Witch Bolt like a mother.
No, do Hex, because Hex means you can hit it too.
It's a concentration spell.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that doesn't... Dude, I have the higher damage gun anyway.
Exactly, so...
So when you're running out of magic, then you switch over to your Hex Bolt. And you
Yeah.
drop your bolt like nuts.
Yeah.
The Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
Is it like Magic Missile?
Hex or Witch Bolt?
Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt is literally lightning bolt. 1d12.
You should do Magic Missile too. 24.
I don't have it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I know, just every level is like,
Not even that, it costs nothing.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
costs no mana for you to attack. Just gonna print your sheets out?
Yeah, done.
Sweet. Like you pre-printed them?
Yep.
Sweet.
Tornado.
Or 2 soldiers. Done. Pre-gens, so to speak. Warlock spells also max out a thing. They do,
fine.
and then you have to swap them back and forth,
That's fine. I can work
or
with
something
that.
to that extent. I can't recall.
It makes me think more. It's
Does that get
perfect for me.
Hey,
Can I have a shield? Because I was gonna do a...
can you have a shield?
Yeah, like a shield this way and a gun
Yeah, of
this way.
course. Yeah,
It's fine.
Like what Joe is doing with the snake.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's doing what with the snake?
I don't know what he means by snake, but Joe does that. He
He
has
does-
a rifle or a pistol, and then he has his tower shield. Actually,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I was kind of going to do
Yeah.
more.
When we were in one of the dungeons, he got eaten or something, or bound by a giant snake.
yeah, I don't quite recall.
I was wondering if Saul play Final Fantasy down here.
Yeah.
Is it on the PS3 right now?
PS4, and yes.
Okay.
So what type of shield can you grab?
You can grab a kite shield.
Alright.
Covenant of Silver Soldier is known for mobility, so you won't be getting a tower shield.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm ready.
I could.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Perfect.
Question becomes whether or
What's the
not
defense on that shield?
it gives you a +2, so you have a 20 armor class with it equipped.
Are you playing?
Just about. What's up?
Okay. No, I called your mom and I haven't got a message or anything from her, so I have no idea about that. Just
Well, hopefully they get back to us.
yeah. It smells really vanilla-y in there.
That's good. Land vehicles. Are these guys dwarves? No. Not dwarves.
I don't think I've shown you my other character, Alex. This guy. This one.
Alright.
This I showed him before.
Oh, right.
Patience, my viewers. We will be starting shortly. In the meantime, hey, look, my soundboard worked.
That's good. I hope he's back.
Actually, if you want to just pee in the bucket, because we like the smell of it when especially about after a week when it's really fermented, fucking amazing in
Gotta
here.
huff that shit.
Just I can't help it. Sometimes I come in here and I'm like, good, now I can get on with my day, right? What's going on, Morris? So today, I guess it's nighttime where you're at, but it's currently 2 in the afternoon where we are, and we're waiting on 2 more players. But Fletcher and Alex, who's just gone to the washroom, have finished preparing a pair of characters. Tonight's campaign is known as the Covenant of Silver Stories, the COS stories. And that is absolutely a play on Liberty City stories of GTA Repute, if you remember that little game. Stupid fucking camera is just a pain in my ass. I don't understand what the hell its problem is. I wish I had a fix for it. But it is what it is. What do you do? But yeah, so the idea being we are returning back to the roots of what I love, and that is murder hoboism, but classy murder hoboism. The kind of murder hoboism you take home to show to dad. Look, Dad, I got a job. What's your job, son? I'm a murder hobo. Good for you, son. You know, that's the sort of murder hoboism we go for here at Dooley's Table in Dooley's Garage, is Covenant of Silver murder hoboism. So, should be a good time. Let's see if I can get something going with that camera color. GUV Civil.
No, it's very blue, honestly.
It's very washed out, is what you're seeing there.
Oh, okay.
And so we're gonna move that to the side now. Oh, really? Oh, you're just gonna freeze, are you piece of shit? You're just gonna freeze on me?
I brought snacks even. Got some. What was it? Yeah. Goldfish.
Okay, so that's not the one. It's gonna be. Oh, that's good. I'm totally affecting the wrong one.
I can plug in my phone.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, well maybe that'll make the difference. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? You know, I can only do so much if this thing's not going to play ball. Okay. There we go. So that's like a normal crank up the brightness,
Yeah,
contrast.
literally, Alex, because of that vaporizer, I cut down to like 2 smokes a day.
There we are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Now that
And you know
that
me, I
should
used to smoke,
not
like, a pack a
freak
day.
out or
You can clean up.
freeze or whatever the hell it was doing.
If I was stressed enough, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's good.
Yeah.
And I just realized my desktop audio is not working, so you guys are like barely hearing music here.
We're hearing these awesome tunes and they're not.
Yeah, there's something going on here.
That's annoying.
Holy shit.
I cracked my spine one day and I grew like 3 inches. That was so weird. Oh yeah, the fucking gold thing. I show you. I show you. I show you.
Should have probably given you guys a warning before that came in. Oh, I see. The audio was still there. You guys actually had the music. It just wasn't showing up on the monitor here.
It wasn't very loud.
Okay, I didn't actually know that the music was even going, to be honest. Whatever. It doesn't even show up on the monitor here. I don't know what the hell to say or do about it. Probably just gonna end up messaging the guys at in charge of OBS and be like, yo, just so you know. Like, the music's absolutely supposed to be in the background, but if I can't even tell that it's there.
Alex.
What? Money. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
4, 5d4,
Really? Why the fuck do I...
10. 5.
Yep.
5d4. Need one more. Fletcher, you're gonna have to hand this little d4 to you.
Okay.
Hey, all good, but we're not waiting. So Max might be here at 2:45 because he got 3 calls and he's got shit to do. So that's nice of him, you know.
Okay, that's
Yep.
Max. And I think you may have thrown my other one in there too, the green one. The dark green one. Oh, here, I found it.
Let's do it. Oh, music. It's totally not the right music.
4, 1.
You were in the great hall of the Imperial forces of the Covenant of Silver. No, that's not right.
Sure. Was that multiplayer? That's funny.
Yeah. Lightning McQueen.
I found one.
Is that why you bought them? Because
Yep.
they had your favorite character on them?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
You guys ready to do some game?
Yeah.
Yeah? Should almost just let Colin play.
Yeah? You play over there.
He has. Colin used to be one of my players.
Well then, let him jump in. If he gets the game started.
Well, we're just gonna play, dude.
Alright.
I'm not worried about Max and Tegan.
Okay.
He's all excited, just like, whoa! Alright. It used to be, actually, I would run the game for, what is it, Colin, and a guy named Brandon and Paul would sit there and play, and it would be all of us playing together. But, I'll do this the way it is now. Alright. Music. Alright. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright. What are your names?
Zazabar.
Thornin?
Thornin?
Yeah. Thor-in.
Thorin. Okay, Thorin and Zazabar.
Yeah.
I'm going to eventually end up calling you Zanzibar. I'm just telling you now. Not
Oh,
you,
good.
him.
I know.
Why would I call you by his name?
I know, I figured.
Why would I call you by a bastardization of his name? So,
Can't be mad at me.
clouds part as the camera passes through the blue. The massive horizon dotted with mountains, cloudscape, and the CS Silverbird soaring through the sky. A massive ship of epic proportions. Its large chrome surface, pockmarked with gunfire, arrows from primitive sects, and the occasional bloodstain. It slides past the camera, showing the reflections of distant mountains behind us. As we see it go by, we see inside the windows of the Silverbird soldiers walking back and forth, taking care of duties, whatever they might be, moving gear to and fro, setting fuel gauges or fuel lines, adjusting levers and pressures, until we get to the hindquarters as we rise up and observe across the deck the bridge of the Silverbird. Therein sits the captain within the cabin with his many mates, the navigator, his first-hand officer, and several other important figures as the Silverbird makes its way to parts unknown. We open up on a small chamber. It looks like a training room. It is a dark gray steel on all walls. Weapons of all sorts line these walls, most of them melee, and off to the side a couple smaller ranged weapons. The clanging of metal on metal and the uftas, groans, sighs of various individuals in the throes of battle ring and echo around this chamber. A door sits at the back as the camera pans away to show a stern-looking figure. A Captain Roster stands there with his arms folded. To the side of him stand several trainees. And as the camera continues on, we see Zazabar holding a piece, having just finished a round of shooting upon a target. Sitting next to him are several others, including a dwarf by the name of Thorin. The trainer takes his gloves off and gives a light applause as he walks forward and looks upon the lot of you and says, "You're ready. From this day forward, you'll be thrown into the field, and we'll see how you do with live targets. Report to the decks. Report to the quartermaster, and then head over to the briefing decks. We are almost at our destination. You," and he says to a bunch of other trainees, "return to your quarters. You'll be summoned when necessary. In the meantime, get some sleep. You two specific. If you could report directly to the quartermaster now."
Aye, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Dismissed.
So,
Click our boots together.
and stomp off to the
You do so. Hitting the hallway, you manage to make your way through the CS Silverbird's many corridors easily enough, being very familiar with them. Passing soldiers on all sides, different officers making their way to and fro, pass you on the left and the right. Making your way through the corridors, eventually you come to the quartermaster's offices. It is a large bay with a mezzanine where all the hardware is kept. The office is down on the first floor. As you approach the quartermaster's offices, there's a bit of a lineup, and you can see that there's a bunch of soldiers actually checking over their gear. You can see that your muster point is separate. You also notice that your muster point is literally just the two of you. You see the roster, and you see it's very short, and you see the other roster next to it is like this big. As you pass by this, you make your way towards the quartermaster lineup. The lineup itself is only about 3 people ahead of you, and as luck would have it, the 2 of you arrive to watch the 3 of them walk forward and take their position in front of the quartermaster's window. The XP fairy is apparently gender fluid, as Celeste would say. So, approaching the quartermaster, he looks upon you. You can see he has a gold plate for his name on his chest, adorned with several rank insignias underneath. This is Quartermaster Biggs. No, not Biggs. We used that one already. Quartermaster Pringles.
Mr. Pringles.
That's right, Mr. Pringle. Actually, Quartermaster Pringle. So Pringle is a half-elven fellow of rather robust proportion. He's a wide man with a bit of a belly, but you don't assume it's for lack of activity. You assume it's more for the love of food. Judging by the way he moves around, yelling at different individuals to get their shit together, he comes towards the window, wiping his hands off. As he does so, what do you need?
Here.
Very good. Names.
Zazabar.
Thorn.
He puts down the placard and says, I need 1 drop crate and 1 assault crate. 2 people. Let's go. A couple of the people in the back. Yes, sir. And they bring forward the pair of crates as described. One, a large steel footlocker, and the other, a smaller but no less steel footlocker. In any event, he shoves the one towards you and says, there should be 2 cloaks, 2 revolvers, and this right here is your ammunition, as well as a pair of boots. A pair of boots. Right. He makes a tick mark next to each of your names. Done. Next!
Grab the crate.
Crack open the crate.
Grab the
Take it to your muster station, you heathens!
I grabbed the crate. He decides to crack it. He can go ahead and crack it on the ammo, but I'm grabbing the guns and stuff. So.
No, that's fine. Just so you know, you can't necessarily just open them here, because the window is
not even
limited
that. You don't
space.
have
okay.
space to open it up.
Oh.
Remember,
sorry.
muster point over there.
Yeah.
So point is, you guys take your crates, you head over to your muster station. You pass by a bunch of soldiers who look at you, giving you kind of a half stink eye, and you hear a murmur of, is it really just the 2 of them? So, you get over to your muster station, placing your crates down, you snap them open, and sure enough, inside you see a pair of black, silver-trimmed robes with stirrups at the bottom. These are Covenant of Silver robes of Featherfall. They are drop cloaks. You use them to do the drop. All Covenant of Silver soldiers are trained in the drop. The assault drop is a technique used by Covenant of Silver soldiers to dive upon and assault locations at a moment's notice. They're one of the only they're the only organization that is known for it.
So basically, hell jumpers.
Helo jumpers, yeah.
Oh, hell jumpers.
Or
I'm talking about from Halo.
Halo jumpers.
Hell jumpers.
High altitude, low opening.
Well, they call them hell jumpers because they're caught in hell. They're burning the whole way in.
I guess. Long and the short, though, with the Cloak of Featherfall, you can slow yourself, but that's not the point. The point is to allow yourself control of movement.
Controlled falling.
That's right. It's falling with style. The boots are boots of landing. Not boots of jumping. They are boots of landing.
So soft landing.
Quite literally. They will take any landing up to about 100 kilometers an hour and slow it down. As long as you land feet first, you should be okay. But that is literally what you have, is a pair of boots for landing and a Cloak of Featherfall for falling.
Drop cloaks and landing boots.
Now, especially skilled members of the Covenant of Silver can use their cloaks in the same fashion as Mario did in Super Mario.
Oh,
Super Mario. So you can do the thing. But it's tests, constant tests to maintain altitude.
You're gliding and then you're dipping and gliding. And
Like I say, you just have to keep making the tests. So that all said, is your phone on?
no. I got a cracked screen.
Okay, I was just noticing the blue at the bottom. It looks like it's still on.
Oh, that's just the way it's made.
Weird. Okay.
The rest of it's screen.
It throws me off. Alright, as long as it's all good.
No, it's not. There.
So,
Solve the problem. It's upside down.
it's all good. Wasn't really bugging me or anything. Equipping yourselves, your cloaks go on. We watch a little montage as you equip your holsters, slide your revolvers into position, the boots are replaced.
Second revolver?
You can take a second revolver if you like. They give you one even if you have one.
Oh yeah, I'll take a second revolver.
Okay, done, you now have 2.
Okay.
Now this one's a 2d8, yeah, it's just a normal one. This is not your custom. And technically you're supposed to return the gear when you're done your mission, but it's like the military. Some people end up keeping it and nobody really cares.
It's just so much, it's hard to get back.
That's what it is. So that said, you equip yourselves, sleeving the revolver, throwing the bullets into your pouch. Your cloaks are equipped, and the CO approaches.
Before we go to the barrel of the gun, is it the 3.5 size or
It's the 2d8 damage.
Okay, so the 3.5 size already. Okay, and so orders.
Your commanding officer, Karsden, approaches. And as he does so, he looks over to the left and the right, seeing the other crews. He checks his clipboard, sees you two, and then walks forward.
They're all like lots of guys, and there's two.
Odd. So we're doing a skiff bombing run. And you two are the cleanup crew. Attention! Gentlemen, your briefing is as follows. We are headed for Snaggletooth Rock, where the orc commander there has decided to pick a fight. A fight that he is going to lose very quickly, thanks to you brave souls. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Good to hear it. Now, we will be dropping in upon them in approximately 5 hours' time. The CS Silverbird here has brought us to within range. We're preparing the skiff as we speak. Once the skiff is loaded for the bombing run, you will be heading in upon the skiff, riding on the wings as typical. Your pilot will be bringing the skiff back. Your pickup will be by cord. And so that basically means that when you're done, they'll fly another skiff through for a skyhook like in Batman.
Yeah.
And you guys will be responsible for jumping on that. That said,
Don't miss the hook.
you shouldn't need an extraction as such if you manage to take everything out, but your mission is in fact not to slaughter everybody there. No, quite the opposite, gentlemen. You're going to be extracting their commander. If you can.
Okay.
This will be a test of your skills.
So we jump in, basically grab the commander and go.
Effectively, yes. We'll be bombing the fortress, so there shouldn't be too much resistance. What you'll have is stragglers, confused people on the ground, and a whole lot of fun, I expect.
Okay.
As he rocks back on his heels for a moment, he... Don't believe there's anything else? Is there anything you require? Anything that was missing?
Is there any, like, grenades or anything we're going in with this? Like, to keep the flashbang so that we don't...
You can see the quartermaster if you require any of that sort of thing.
Alright.
Alright.
Can you authorize it, though, so we can actually request it?
I can indeed.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
I don't think I need anything else.
Very good.
No.
I believe I'm confident in my abilities, sir.
As you were then.
Okay.
I will, just tell him I approve of it. Whatever it might be. Tell Pringle it's fine.
Okay.
In the meantime, he excuses himself and says dismissed with a wave of his hand. He walks off, making a tick mark on his checkboard. A tick mark on his clipboard. With that, you can hit up Quartermaster Pringle.
For some flashbangs and some stun grenades, if they have them.
I follow him.
Because Fletcher...
You say flashbang to him, and he kind of blinks twice. What? And then you say stun grenade, and he's like, stun.
Like, I need something to, like, slow them down. Something to, like, disorient them. Like, something to, like, throw at them that I can, like...
Yeah. He brings you a belt of grenades that has 4 grenades on it, and he puts it on there. You said Carsden approved this?
Yeah.
He makes a tick mark. I'm not sure what you're on about. Those will kill anything that's nearby. Don't be nearby it.
Oh, yeah.
They'll kill you.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, quite literally, you guys are orbital drop shock troopers.
Uh-huh, and I just requested grenades.
Yeah, that's fine.
Make it fun. If I can throw them 10 feet away from me and then go back.
So you've got your gear. You got your briefing. At this point, you have about, let's say, 4.5 hours to do whatever you need to do before you have to show up for mission time. Well, actually, you have less than that, because you have to be ready to go.
Oh, next question is, how much ammo do we start with for each person?
You're going to start with,
Round
we'll say, 24 rounds spare and a loaded gun. And these are 6 shooters.
That's the first personal gun, and then what's the gun that they gave us? Because if we have a personal gun with weapon, how much ammo per...
You know what?
So I got the 45 round and the other one, too. Right?
You can take a bandolier with you. That'll give you 120 rounds.
Okay.
And so your bandolier is literally going to be a sash, a leather ribbon of bullets down you. I'm assuming you're taking the same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pringle hooks you up with that. Or actually, you know what? That's what's going to be in the crate. The crate of ammunition you received is going to have a bandolier of bullets. So keep track of your shots.
Yeah.
Every 6 rounds, you have to reload. Every time you fired 6 shots, you gotta reload that gun, and it takes a full action to reload a revolver. Full action to load all your cylinders.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's actually perfectly there. Well, you know, crack up the shells, pop new ones in. Yes, I've reloaded rifles before. So later on, can I make into it like a rifle barrel?
Like
What did I-
Borderlands.
Oh, I'll just put a shroud on the end of that.
What did I say the training guy was? Roster.
Yeah.
Sergeant Roster. Roaster? Yeah, you know what? Roaster. His name was Roaster.
Yeah, sure, about that.
So it was Sergeant Roaster was your training officer. Your CO is Carsden, and your quartermaster is Pringle.
Alright.
So
What do you
you have 4 hours.
What?
Do you want to do anything before you drop?
I'm gonna modify the second gun.
You're gonna need more than 4 hours.
Oh.
Actually, no. Let's see how long it takes you. So roll me investigation or persuasion, one or the other. Investigation, you're going to look for some supply. Persuasion, you're going to try and persuade Pringle to hook you up with parts. Persuasion is going to be 17 or better.
Well, I have a +2 on my investigation, on my intelligence.
It's your call. Investigation is going to be the same, one or the other.
Alright.
They're both going to be 17 to get what you need here. It's going to be tough. You're on a boat.
No, I didn't get that.
Alright. You ask around a bit, but nobody seems to have anything, and everybody keeps pointing you back to Pringle.
Alright.
Have you asked Pringle? I don't have anything. Have you asked Pringle?
Yeah,
I
ask
can't help
Pringle.
you out. Maybe you should ask Pringle.
I'll go ask Pringle, see if he's got any
Go ahead and roll persuasion. This is 1 hour in, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. 13.
+2 is a 15. It's a decent thing, and he almost seems like he's willing to do it. Then he says, I'm sorry, lad, but frankly, I don't even think you got the time to modify it. No, not gonna happen. What are you doing for this time?
While he was doing that, I was in the mess hall eating and having a tankard of mead.
Sounds good.
Give yourself a right ready.
Yep. Right, ready.
Sergeant Roaster comes by and says, aren't you due on mission in 3 hours? As you're sitting there with the mead.
He's a tiefling. He's a half demon. He's just gonna look at you like.
It's your ass. Don't fail. You won't be coming back.
I'm just having my last meal, sir.
Let's hope not. And he walks off.
No, he's last tasty meal for the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
So, with that said, the two of you spend the 2 hours as such. You got another 2 hours remaining.
Can I just like polish my weapons and stuff?
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so you rub one off. And eventually, you hear an announcement that yells out across the bridge. I hadn't decided on anything, but Snaggletooth Mound, or Snaggletooth Fortress, within range. Bombing run will commence in 20 minutes. Please brace for impacts. All drop assault soldiers, please report to your muster stations immediately.
I drop my food and head off.
Oh, you're well done your food.
We're gonna get ready to go. We're basically waiting.
This is hours later. You guys are I don't know what you're doing.
Basically-
Just like chatting with each other and
Sure.
like, hey, playing card games.
Okay.
Game of cards.
Yeah, I would not bet with that one. Sorry, do not bet with the tiefling.
You guys head down to the hold where the skiffs are near the bottom of the ship. And what a skiff is it's a light aircraft. They're not really powerful, and they're certainly not long range. They are the TIE fighter to the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a shuttle. There's a small little.
Yeah, exactly. They're a little Star Trek shuttle type of thing, but they're open. Typically, they're open topped.
They're made like a boat more than an actual.
They're made more like a little jet.
Okay, but like
So.
sand speeder kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the boat, the fortress we're attacking is over.
Do you have a miniature?
No.
Okay, you need a dwarf then.
It's a dwarf with a gun and a shield. Or you don't have that.
No.
Oh. Well, then it's just a shield for now. We can fix the gun later.
Yeah, you're a nigger.
Oh no, I'm there.
I mean, Negro dwarf.
Ignorant dwarf?
No, that would be your DM.
That's what a nigger means.
What's that?
Nigger means ignorant dwarf. Ignorant. Original was with nigger was an ignorant person.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like nigger ramp, just an ignorant ramp.
The ironic part about that is now using that word makes you an ignorant person.
Yeah.
So go figure. In any event, you guys end up at the hold of the CS Silverbird. And there you can see there's several soldiers coming off of a ship that has docked inside the CS Silverbird. It's a slightly larger skiff. They're like pretty battered and bruised up and whatnot. Meanwhile, over to the other side, you can see another bunch of soldiers actually moving a bunch of armament into position on a set of skiffs aside the one that you guys are riding. You can see that they've already got wrist clasps in place with the handholds, so you guys can hang on to these. You literally hang on to the skiff, and they just fly you over, and you just let go. And
drop off, yeah.
So with that said, they're loading bombs of not small caliber onto several skiffs off to the side. As you look out towards the back of the CS Silverbird's hold, you can suddenly hear a whir of machinery and a of wind as the air pressure shifts, as the drop area opens up like the back of a cargo plane.
It's like this way, or is it like open up sideways and then drop out?
Yeah, it lowers down.
Why?
So as you guys are watching this and seeing the horizon disappearing behind you, because obviously it's out the back, you can see mountain range and whatnot, several valleys and canyons down below, and you can see that you've come down underneath the cloud cover. Mm-hmm. So you can see water in the distance, you can see fires and burning on the Earth's surface a distance away. All of Toril, for the most part, seems a scathed post-apocalyptic wasteland down below, with the occasional pockets of civilization high atop in valleys and in mountain ranges. As the ship careens, a klaxon goes off. Whee! 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 And you watch as several soldiers suddenly make their way, pilots, jumping into the cockpits of the skiffs. You can see a couple last-minute preparations as people tie down the bombs. And then they make clear, and a couple guys get onto the backs of the skiffs ready to shove them off. The pilots, lowering their goggles respectively. Some of them got the scarf. Some of them are checking the photo they got next to their flight yoke. Right?
Yeah.
From experience. And with that, the klaxon ends and then gives one last burp. What? And the guys just shove all of the skiffs as fast as they can. You watch as one after the next, whoosh, whoosh, they fly underneath the ship. Whoosh, 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 and they fly underneath the ship and sail away. As you watch outside the porthole, you can see the string of them slowly making their approach. And you can see, amidst the clouds that are still hanging around the tops of the mountain, Snaggletooth Fortress, situated. Its pointed spires of stone with the carved windows situated. It looks ominous and powerful. And you suddenly see flak and hear the gunfire coming from the fortress as they attempt to retaliate against the impending strike soaring in upon them, recognizing the threat, but possibly too late. The skiffs expertly, skillfully maneuver their way through the incoming barrage, one after the next flying in low over top Snaggletooth Fortress, before releasing their payload, one after the next. One after the next, as they fly past. I don't have it anymore in here, do I?
You fixed your soundboard?
I did.
Nice.
One after the next, though, they fly past, and dropping their payload, you hear... Rubble explodes from the mountain top as Snaggletooth Fortress and its outlying scout posts and buildings, one after the next, pop with the force of the payloads striking upon them. Each one sequentially exploding as one after the next the skiffs pass overhead. You watch as one of the skiffs catches a bunch of the fire and explodes, the wing firing itself off of the fuselage as it's separated away. The pilot, attempting to try and control with only one wing, manages to carve it such that he's now a knife, but unfortunately doesn't manage to right it incomplete. And before you know it, you watch as that skiff... Whoops. Nope. Pops against the side of one of the towers. Pieces of it fly in all directions, and you think you see pieces of the pilot as well, but that one's gone. And so is the tower that he hit. Several orcs make their way out, attempting to reach their firearms, attempting to reach their gun emplacements, their turrets, their anti-aircraft guns, but they can't, as they're exploded by the skiffs flying overhead. At which point, you hear the klaxon go off again, and the pilot for your skiff, as you look over, has already seated himself, and he lowers his goggles, and he does one of these.
We're going, oh goody, hang on tight.
Be right back.
So you take a leash, you know, a piece of leather around your wrist, put it around the handle, and then hold on to it this way, so that if you don't hang on, you still got something to hold on to.
Yeah.
So you got a little extra.
Yeah.
Just slows you down a little bit. So
Okay.
Don't have your brother's channel on here?
Did we get briefed on where to drop into?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was part of the mission.
Oh yeah, right.
We're dropping in probably right in front of the commander's base, basically. Like
Okay.
right in front of the entrance to the commander's place, because we're trying to get him out.
To the keep or the command?
Keep, where the commander is.
Okay.
We're gonna bust in,
Yeah.
kill everybody along the way, so
Yeah.
no one
What's up,
gets
Johnny?
up to stop us from hauling him out.
Yeah.
Alright. As the last klaxon goes off and gives a quick burp, you guys have clasped yourselves in. Very good. They're quick release clasps. If you pull this way, they don't let go. If you go like this, they just let go instantly. So as soon as you're ready, you just go like this,
Nice.
and you're gone. As long as you're holding, as long as you're being pulled on though, they don't open up.
Oscar.
So that said,
Cool.
It's a can't let go accident.
you no exactly. You're holding on, but you don't have to.
Okay.
So that said, it's painful if you let yourself like drag. Right? It's a
Yeah.
safety mechanism.
It's more just to keep
You're
it
supposed to have the strength to hold your weight.
there. Yeah.
So, the skiff suddenly gets shoved, and this is the first time you've ever done this in a
Live.
combat scene. But you've done this lots. You've done this lots,
So this is live
Lots.
combat.
but it's still all new.
Adrenaline rush. Poof.
As you guys are getting shoved back, your pilot looks over at the both of you. Hey, boys! Yay!
Alright!
And he like yanks back on the yoke,
Yeah.
and as soon as the wind hits, the whole of your skiff just suddenly does a big old endo, and as it floats for a moment, you lift up high above the CS Silverbird, and you watch it fuck off away from you guys, and there goes home, and here you are, and there's the fort, and the guy goes and pushes on the yoke as hard as he can. The whole of your ship suddenly dips down, and clouds, air rushing past you. Your ears flapping viciously against your head as the entirety of the skiff, with all three of you, hurtles down towards the fortress. Into the valley amongst the rocks, gunfire barks and echoes overhead. Flechettes sailing past you. Bits of it strike against the skiff, and you watch as a pockmark appears next to you. And you're just looking at that, as suddenly the guy whoop, flips the whole of the skiff and it goes, and you're flying upside down. And for a moment, you're half about to dangle when he just suddenly brings it all the way around. A barrage flying in underneath you. And he brings it down and over and he says, no! Go!
We just
Release.
fucking let go.
The moment this happens, the skiff flies past, and flies past, and you guys start hurtling.
Cape equipped, right? So we're slowing ourselves down for the equip. with the cape.
Are you?
I have my cape on, and I'm trying to.
Are you
guide-
slowing yourself down?
I'm more like guiding.
I was gonna
myself.
say, because training says don't be a slow-moving target. Slow-moving
Yeah.
targets get shot.
Exactly. So it's more like I'm trying to go.
I'm maneuvering them like
But this towards the target zone.
I
Did
forget
they
what they're
flag
called,
the
but
target zone with anything before in the bombing strike?
Yeah, so what you're seeing is there's just basically a big carpet of destruction. You guys have the option of trying to dive directly into the fortress, or diving to the outskirts of the fortress and then infiltrating the fortress.
Fletcher, you go. What do you think we should do? Should we just jump in and just take it right in and
can we
just
land on top?
You absolutely you can land on one of the
survive?
still standing structures, sure, of the actual fortress
Yeah.
itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the tower, like keep roof, basically, or something like that.
Yeah.
I like your concrete now. It's a lot more direct.
I know the small wings on an airplane are called aviators. I used to know what they're called. Damn it.
There's some small wings on a plane.
The smaller wings on the plane that
Oh,
help
that's
guide it.
Ailerons.
Ailerons, thank you.
Yes.
I use my drop cloak like ailerons.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Alright.
So this was a wall?
Now it's just rubble. Is that your idea?
Yeah. Well, I figured it's all dirt anyway, right? So we just take all the chunks of dirt and make it look like there's a wall here, and well, it got destroyed. Fletcher, can you finish the wall now?
Yeah.
So we're going to make a fort. Okay.
In comes the fire committee.
Oh wow, you gone that far? Dude, I should bring more of those cans over. I've got a bunch more of that stuff. Hey, Julie?
Yeah.
That stuff's just basically campfire fuel.
It is literally campfire fuel. I know.
Yeah, and I got about 4 or 5 more cans for free, so I'll bring them by.
Yeah, please do.
They also use that for working in the kitchen. Something up the lid out. Come on.
There's one.
Empty.
Well, might as well make it look like a broken wall.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie? Might as well make it look like a broken wall, right?
Have fun with it.
There's all these.
Yeah. There's more chunks over here.
Yeah, it's gonna make a wall.
Yeah. No, I do not want to be set on fire. That's the last thing I want to do. Thank you. I can already feel the heat from it.
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can't let one keep going, yes.
No, the fucking atmospheric pressure.
Right, so that's,
Destruction everywhere.
Are you serious? It froze anyway? Fucking piece of shit! Fucking cunt-licking fucking useless hunk of fucking garbage! Fuck you, you useless fucking hardware! Alright, let's hide that.
Just, that part never happened. The language part.
There we are. Well, the language part absolutely happened. If anybody doesn't fucking know what they're getting into coming into this stream.
Nah, that's fine.
Oh, I'm starting a YouTube channel.
I've never seen that happen. That's awesome. Alright.
Yeah.
As you guys are sailing in, bits of the camp are on fire, and explosions taking place all over the place.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
As you guys are sailing in overhead, I need athletics checks.
Athletics.
Or acrobatics, sorry, it's your choice.
Failed.
Did you?
2.
Oh shit! The instant you're flying down from the ship, you don't see it, but a bunch of seagulls are flying past. Actually, bald eagles are flying past. And as you try to hurtle out of the way, the one poof into you. You're barrel rolling all of a sudden. This was not intentional. I need another athletics or acrobatics. Don't fuck up. This is the last one you get.
Fuck! 8.
Actually, no. If you got over 10 on that.
I got 8.
Total?
What
Yeah.
are your pluses?
I
You
don't
got
have
pluses,
any.
do you not?
For acrobatics or...
That's strength. Not, dude, that's
Oh, strength? I got 9.
Okay.
Maybe if I was proficient with the drop cloak, that'd be 11.
Wait,
Yes, you are proficient
proficient in that.
with the drop cloak.
Okay, so 11.
So over 10, no problem. You managed to get a
I got
hold of it, but
14.
you've lost velocity, and you watch as Thorin hurtles ahead of you.
I got 18.
Yes, you did. So,
Nice.
hurtling ahead towards the target, you manage to recalibrate yourself, catching control. You hurtle downwards in behind Thorin.
Faster,
Thorin,
faster.
incoming gunfire towards you. I need another athletics check.
Okay.
Or acrobatics, sorry. Athletics or
Acrobatics. That's 9 plus 9, 4, so that's 13. 15. You got a 15 on that one?
You come to a halt, managing to stop and skiff to a standstill. As another athletics or acrobatics. Oh man, come on! Don't fucking do that.
Oh,
This is
15
high
plus
action.
1 plus
High
2.
action, you piece of
15.
shit.
He got 17.
Yeah,
That's
17.
17.
Expert.
So he actually got higher on me than that one.
Expert. As you come
That's awesome.
coming to a stop on top of the tower.
Where's the enemies?
That's an excellent question.
They're hiding.
To which you get an instant answer the moment you've landed. The hatchway is opening up behind you, and this fellow rolls out, putting a large gun up on top of the outside. He then goes to hoist himself out and sees you, and then he ducks down. Assault! At which point he comes out with a sidearm and goes to fire. Initiative.
Mine's plus 4, so what? D20?
12.
14?
12?
Yeah.
That's a 14. He's gonna get bullets in the face. I'm using my 44 mag on him first.
Thorin. He comes out, pointing his revolver towards you.
Pull up 44 mag and
Okay.
fire off at it.
You quick fire off a round that strikes him. I'm assuming you roll for that.
2d10.
No, did you roll to hit?
Oh, roll a hit. Alright. Yeah. 4.
With a 4.
With, plus my... It's under agility, right?
It is.
So it's an 8.
Okay, with an 8 total, you fire off from the hip, just... Your gun explodes, and the bullet careens off of the pavement next to the hatch. The fellow, as rubble sprays against him. And Zazabar.
You better hit him.
Right. I use Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Then I'll draw my revolver. 19.
Is that a bonus action?
No, it's just an action.
So what are you talking about? You're gonna do one of the...
You witch bolt and
Are
then
you witch bolting and then firing with your offhand?
next turn he's
I'll
using his
draw my
pistol.
revolver.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say you can do that. You could revolver with your bonus action, eh?
Oh,
Really?
then you witch
Guns
bolt
akimbo is a thing. You can two-gun it if you want.
I only have one gun, but okay.
first. You should no. He should have picked up the second one that he was given
Yeah.
from the container. You would have grabbed it anyway.
It's entirely optional. It's entirely optional.
There's a second pistol.
Yeah,
It's
so
free.
Kamehameha the Witch Bolt at the guy
Okay.
for a D12. Do you have a D12?
There should be in
A
there.
D12 damage?
Yeah.
D12 just have 12 at the top. The highest number is 12. You know.
Sure.
See, they look like this thing, Fletcher. Fletcher,
Cool.
they look like this.
Oh, okay. So
There
to
should be more in
hit.
there.
Let your man play, dude. He's been playing with us a while, man. Relax.
He sometimes doesn't remember.
To hit is. I wrote it down here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You ever want it warmed up, just fucking light a fire, eh?
Oh yeah.
So that's 17 plus proficiency plus charisma. No, proficiency and charisma. So that's 9 plus proficiency. That's 2. That's 11. And charisma is a plus 2. So that's 13 to hit.
Okay. It is gonna be dead on.
Sick. D20. Oh, what's the damage type?
Lightning. 1 damage.
Shut the fuck up, really?
1 damage.
He's active for
Alright,
damage.
as you fire off the witch bolt on the edge of an arcane phrase, the zap goes out and strikes against where the edge of the hole is. Adjusting for his miss, you do as such. You miss him, but a bunch of the shrapnel splashes up from the impact, sprays him in the face for a point of damage.
Hey, is that causing me a blinding? He got sprayed in the face.
Wasn't that gonna hit?
Okay.
Actually, he tries to do this. He shields his eyes, but a big piece of shrapnel clips it in the head. So that's what goes on there.
So it keeps him distracted.
So that said,
Fire.
Yeah.
he, at which point, what will he do? I wonder, actually. Will he,
Run for more
yeah,
help.
you know what? No, he pulls himself up and out and runs to the one side as another guy comes around. He's going to pull a large falchion off of his belt and take a shot with his revolver and then attempt to cut into you. He's going to miss with it. What's your armor class?
Mine's at 20.
Do you have your shield out? No.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
didn't declare it, so
Oh, yeah.
you don't have a shield out.
Okay, so
That said, it's 18. He misses terribly all the same with a 7+ bonus. His shot goes wide, clipping against the ground next to you. As he comes in with his sword, he nat 20s,
Oh.
bringing it in and thrusting up into you. It's going to be a D8, and I don't have a D8 out.
You didn't grab any health and stuff.
Yeah, you could have requested it, actually.
Well, there's
I forgot to ask for health stuff.
Here you go.
I got a D8.
We're gonna run out of health.
He strikes into you for all of 2 + 3 for 5 damage.
Okay, so I'm
The other one comes around towards Zazabar, and as he brings his falchion overhead with 2 hands, he strikes down. He's going to get a 6+ bonus. You manage to sidestep and slap the blade away with with the barrel of your gun, avoiding damage. He swings to the one side to go and swing again. It's back over to Thorin.
Okay, so bringing the shield up on the other hand. So I have now my 20 for defense. And 44 mag pointing at the closest guy, aiming for headshot. As in like lining up for headshot.
Okay.
So, rolling away, I guess. Something decent. 17 plus my agility, which is 21.
With a 21, we'll hit. Smokes him, actually.
Okay, so enough damage. 2d10. 4 damage.
4 damage?
Yeah.
Expertly done. Oh my god, fuck you, camera.
Is he a level 1 as well, or fighting a higher level character?
Me?
Are you fighting a higher level character?
Or is he level 1 still?
No, these orcs are orcs, man. They don't have levels.
Okay.
They have challenge ratings that they have.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how many hit points they have.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god, there it is.
Tons of hit points.
There we are. Much better. Okay, so sorry, how much damage?
4. Does this gun have anything pluses or no? It's just,
Yeah, you had your dexterity bonus.
oh,
If it's your primary arm, you use your dexterity bonus.
on top of my damage?
On top of your damage.
Oh, then then it's an 8. My dexterity bonus is +4.
Nice.
Well, I have 18 dex
Yeah.
for starting.
I have a 12 dex.
Fletcher, my strength is 12. My low stat is wisdom with 10.
My lowest dive is intelligence at 9.
Sweet, I'm glad I hung on to those.
Warlocks use charisma and wisdom.
I have intelligence at 15 and wisdom at 11.
Okay, so you did another how much damage? 6, 8.
Just a total of 8 damage.
Remember, you're limited to 3 with that armor on.
No, oh, that's for dealing damage out as well? Okay, so 7. Because I have 4 and that's +4.
No, actually,
The armor's the reduction slot was for wearing armor and doing action.
you know what? Fiber Leaf has a +4. Anyway, it's an 8 that you have and 9 damage total. How about that?
Alright.
Save ourselves that fucking rule right now. Okay, done and done. Expertly firing off your gun towards the orc. He tries to dodge it, but ends up clipping him in the shoulder as he tries to like move out of the way all Neo style. Doesn't work out for him. His shoulder explodes from the gunshot and blasts out a bunch of black ichor and gore as the camera sweeps away from your smoking chrome barrel to Zazabar.
Second shot, or you get 2 pistols technically. So.
Yeah, I kimbo my pistols. So that requires another one. Where'd they go? There it is.
You're firing both at the same time at the second guy.
That's the second guy, yeah.
So you got
Keeping
2,
him distracted.
You got 2 the same size as the pistol.
Yeah, 2d8s.
birthday time.
Both miss.
Whoa. What's the number?
13 to hit, and it's a 7 and a 2, so that's like plus what?
Whoa.
5. So they don't even hit.
So it's 12.
That one's a 12, and that one's a 7.
The 7 misses, but the 12 narrowly misses him, actually. So both of them miss, unfortunately. The witch bolt flies away, striking against the pavement next to him. He dodges to the one side as he sees you brandishing the gun, and seemingly reflexive, he just dodges the same way that the other fellow does, as your shot just goes completely wide, unfortunately. So he's like dodging what might not have hit
First
at all.
shot went close. The first shot, the 12 would have been close, but the other one was like.
That's correct.
Missing.
That's right. With that said, camera sweeps back over towards these pair. This guy runs in towards you and tries to like spear into you. As he rushes in with a 16 plus bonus of 3 for 19. I need another check on your part. Athletics or acrobatics, you have to beat 19.
It's off your strength, so you get a plus on your strength.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's right. Witch Bolt doesn't have to roll after the
Not
first
20.
hit. Not 20? Alright. So as he comes in towards you, your hand's still smoking from this Witch Bolt, you grab a hold of his throat, manage to twist him, and use some crazy martial arts that you learned in training to flip him off the edge. And as you watch him sail away for the brief moment, you angle back towards this fellow. As he watches this just happen, just reinforcements down into the hatch. At which point, he goes to grab the large gun that he placed up top here and rears it around. You can see that this thing is meant for aircraft, but he doesn't care.
How long does it take for him to? Because if he's got a full action to do
He doesn't have a full action to do this.
So it would take, but you just to align the gun, but not to fire.
He's firing at disadvantage, and it's going to be 11 plus bonus. Your armor class being what it is, he just suddenly goes... he suddenly opens up with this, and it just goes... and... flechettes are flying past you as you duck down, and...
I'm behind my shield, alright?
Yeah, that's... You didn't even declare that you were taking it out.
I declared it on the second round, I was
Did you?
my shield
Okay.
up.
Regardless, pulling it out, you duck down. Pwang! Pwang! Bits of it reflect off of your shield, causing massive pockmarks to appear on the other side. Like, this is not gonna hold! Regardless, he does so, firing wildly as he attempts to blast away the dwarf in front of him. But the aircraft gun is just too much without its emplacement.
Oh yeah, he's got no mount.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mount set up for it. So in any event, this occurs as the camera pans to you behind it. Dunk! Dunk! Dunk!
Can I just like pop out one of my grenades and just lob it
Yeah,
over
absolutely.
my shield?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's gonna get a grenade down the hatch, or at the hatch point.
Oh, by the way, your witch bolt that hit the first time, the guy took damage, but now he's dead from the impact down below.
Okay.
Nice work.
He broke his neck. He broke his neck on the foot.
And thanks for the heads up, Colin. I totally forgot about that.
And you gotta have to, wait, is your turn duck behind my shield? Because he's just more than you.
Yeah, I take my action to dive behind his shield.
His shield doesn't have enough room. It's a kite shield, and he's a
Behind
robust.
behind me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So you're gonna run in behind him.
Shield.
Yeah.
Didn't you just? Okay, never mind. So, point being, is you go sliding in behind him, like, and disappear.
Cut the line behind him because he's smaller.
So coming to, yeah, you disappear behind the dwarf in the kite shield, and your tail kind of just sticks out to the side. Regardless, the camera pans backwards to show this guy again as he tries to readjust it and fire some further. With a he's still gonna miss as it just continues.
I didn't attack second round. The grenade damage. How much damage is the grenades? You never actually just.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead and throw that.
Yeah. How much?
Throw me a dexterity check for tossing it,
Okay, dexterity check.
please.
Okay, so roll the 20. I got a 19 plus. Yeah, I got a 19 plus 4. So.
Okay, no, that's fine. And there's no scatter, so it's good.
What's the damage on that sucker?
That is a 4d6 explosive.
4d6.
So go ahead and roll that.
Yes, I will. Wait, so 14 damage?
I just want to double check to make sure I got that right.
So I'm dropping 14 damage in his direction.
Area of effect. What?
You said that was like
Everything around him
low
is probably
blast.
dead.
Low blast.
It's 5d6, so go ahead and roll one more.
Oh, so that's 19 damage.
Okay, he's gonna roll a successful dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
He's gonna like literally just make it, As he dives to the one side, trying to go prone. Sorry, it was 19 damage?
Yeah, yeah, 19 damage and then...
19? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, he takes half of that, so he's at 9 more, so 18. Or sorry, no, he's at 9 because he hasn't taken any yet.
No, that's the guy I shot in the face.
It is the guy you shot?
Yeah, I shot him in the
Okay,
head. She missed one bullet and then took...
That was the 1 point of damage, though, wasn't it?
He took 1 point of damage on the first one I missed, and the second one I hit him 8, right to the head.
Was the other guy not the one you shot?
No, I shot at...
Alright, whatever, I don't really care. They're both going to be dead pretty quick.
Yeah.
The other one's going to be dead pretty quick here anyway, regardless. But that said, you blast into him. Sorry, the grenade blast goes off. Shrapnel pops all around, spraying against him. He grunts as the explosion goes off. But given that you are within 20 feet, unfortunately, you will take some of the damage as well.
If I don't get it in my armor class.
It's area of effect.
Oh.
Okay. So the grenade goes off. You can take half damage as well. So it is 9 damage that you...
okay, because that won't work out.
Yeah, Fletcher manages to stay unscathed. That's fine. The grenade goes off, and you watch as suddenly your friend in front of you is lolling. You're unconscious.
Okay.
Okay? As the grenade goes off, and your friend actually just passes out from the concussive blast, shrapnel sprays up and over, and the entirety of the tower starts to just rock a little bit from the explosion.
Yeah.
As
That
the
was a
floor's
big
been...
grenade.
Well, the floor's been blown out. And the top of it is... The top is rocking around. So no, you hear inside as screams emanate, and you hear crumbling, and you think you hear something impact. So maybe somebody was climbing a ladder and they fell.
I got crushed by some chunks falling down.
Oh, probably.
Well, that'll make it interesting.
With that said, Thorin can't do anything at the moment. Roll me a death save. What's Zazabar doing? You hear voices behind you, and as you glance, you can see you pass. You see down below several soldiers, Orcan soldiers, making their way out of the ruins of the fortress. Scathed as they are, they've got themselves armed and they point up towards you.
Well, we ran in the wrong fortress entrance.
You hear voices from down here. Down at the bottom of the tower, but you can't see anything.
I would say grab one of my grenades and drop it off the top.
Yeah, I'd unhook one of his grenades and just whip it over the top towards those guys.
Towards those guys?
Yeah.
Okay, throw me a dex check. Or strength check, sorry.
15 plus 1 is 16.
Yeah.
That's fine. It lands within 2 feet of where you toss it, at which point it goes off, exploding with such fury of 5d6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
12 damage.
Good
They
damage.
both fail their dex saves as well, so it explodes, delivering
I've got
12
2 more grenades, Tim.
12 damage, concussive and piercing, as it goes off.
So you made your death save?
Yeah, I made my death save, but here's the thing, it's Fletcher. You know, the next thing you know is to take the next grenade and drop it off the front of the tower.
He's still unconscious,
Yeah.
Okay.
so just to let you know.
You have to believe it, probably not.
As this guy goes to get up, he has to make a check against the crumbling floor, which he's actually going to fail with an 8+1. He loses his balance and slips downwards, attempting to grab a hold of the edge, which crumbles as well, and he falls out of view, disappearing down into the hole that you've made with the grenade.
Chunks are just falling afterwards, too.
Yeah, quite literally. You can see that the rest of the floor is slowly caving in, having lost some main support.
Yeah.
Pulling to the back corner.
The camera swoops back to Thorn. You can make another death save, while Zazabar, you have an herbalism kit.
Yeah.
If you want, you can give this guy a quick slap in the face with some of this stuff and get him awake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Make me a medicine check. Make me a medicine check.
Okay. 17
17 makes it.
plus, so that's 19.
I'll take that. What number?
Did you make it? It's over 10.
Yeah, it was over 10.
Okay, cool. Taking a poultice from the pouch, you shove it into his mouth and make him chew it. The herbs hit his bloodstream almost instantly, causing a sort of adrenaline rush that strikes down into his heart within a moment. You're snapped back, you have 2 hit points, and you are awake.
Ouch.
You watch as these soldiers get themselves up and start moving in towards. A bunch of soldiers have actually started to move away from here, and you can see them appearing in view down below. And you are situated up top. What do you do?
Are you going to throw another grenade at them? You can.
I'm gonna lob another grenade.
Okay.
Down at the group that's collecting.
Yeah.
You collect another grenade off of him and throw it. It is a 20-foot blast radius.
Was that a dex?
It is a strength when it's at such a distance.
Yeah, 10.
I'm sorry, where are you dropping this thing? It's a 20 foot.
Right in the middle.
This is your range.
Okay.
Okay, wherever it lands, the end of that stick is where it'll reach to.
Oh, that's too far away.
No, Fletcher, you want to aim for the guys closest to us and not the ones farthest away. So
Okay.
hit those ones.
But I don't want to hit the wall, so
you'd be aiming
right about right here. Yeah, and like right in front of these guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're basically have a staircase. You land on the staircase in front of them. So the blast goes towards them, not.
Okay, fair enough. So you blow away the staircase for one thing.
Oh yeah. So
This guy's gonna make a dex check then. Let's see what the scatter's like on that.
Satchel charges on the grenades.
What'd you roll to throw?
10.
10, eh? Okay. So it lands 4 feet away from where you intend it to, but it's still within the blast radius of those guys. The one guy rolled an amazing dex check, and the second guy a nat 20. As soon as he sees it, he just backs up and stands there as it goes off. This guy tries to jump back and ends up going prone as it explodes. How much damage was it?
6, 10, 13, 14, 15.
15? So half of which is going to be 7, and that's going to be this guy right here.
Wow. That
Cool.
was one thing I went prone.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's toast. He fell.
Okay.
With that said, how frozen am I? I am not. That's a fucking miracle. And that one's good too. Holy shit.
Okay.
Alright.
Keep it that way.
For as long as we can, anyway.
So,
Okay, so where are we here is over to me. These guys mill. This guy jumps up onto here and runs towards these guys. This guy runs this way as this guy does. And you watch as over yonder, here he is. This guy comes out. Is he going to be up top? Actually, you know what? Yeah, he's going to be up top. This guy comes out of a hatch and walks forward. Men! Don't let the interlopers escape! I want heads! I want hands to ash my cigars in!
Commander.
You found the commander.
Now we know which one to go for.
These guys give a rallying cry and
Now we
they
gotta find a way to land this
one
tower
after the
on
next.
Fletcher, can we find a way to land the tower on them, like ride
Yeah,
the tower into the enemies?
Yeah, you're awake, right?
We gotta heal me up a little before we do this.
Yeah.
So the guys down below here, one after the next, start pulling firearms out.
Behind the corners of the...
As they do so, they bring them up and attempt to fire upon you. It's a disadvantage for the height.
And we're also behind cranions too.
That might hit. What's your armor cost?
16.
Yeah, no, it's not. Actually, what is that? +5. Okay, that guy will hit you. And then the other one is going to be also an excellent roll. This guy's going to finish moving to here. So this guy and this guy managed to hit you guys with their gunfire. A bunch of pockmarks and whatnot shower up from the ledge here as you guys are standing up top, trying not to get hit. When you're clipped.
Those crenulins are the little pieces of...
Crenellations? There are no crenellations. No, you guys are on a rooftop.
Like a flat roof.
Flat roof, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's even got a slight slant to it.
Okay.
Like ever so mild, right? And then there's like a little bit of a lip. That's it.
Okay. So it's different than a normal castle subway.
Yeah, it's not a castle. Like there's no walkways going between these or anything. Like they're just towers. Right?
Okay.
Work.
Yeah, right. So in any event, the gunfire goes off, and it's gonna be 9 damage that explodes against Fletcher. Against Zazabar, as you're pockmarked, riddled with bullets, striking against your fire weave. The concussive nature of them is one thing, but some of them manage to pierce into your flesh, and you just feel this aching pain for the moment as 9 points of damage courses through you.
And I'm down.
You drop. Ugh!
We're screwed.
Falling backwards from the intensity.
Yeah, just do what I did with you. Just take my herbalizing kit and shove it in my mouth.
I'll figure that. You told me what you did to get me back up previously, so I'm like, grabbing said herbalism kit when I have the options and stuffing it down his throat and wiggling his jaw until it works.
Okay, very good. Roll medicine. good to be proficient in these things.
I have proficiency in this medicine.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
I got lucky on that one. I picked it because I was like, I'm going to be a paladin. I need to heal myself. 12 plus.
Should have been
Is it
fire.
plus my proficiency bonus too?
Only if you're proficient in it, which you are, so yes.
Okay, so that's 15. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. You do as he did to you, and a moment later, he is snapped back to reality with 2 hit points of health. It's at this moment that you guys hear it overhead, and looking upwards, you see another pair of skiffs.
Are those our skips?
Yeah, and they drop a new payload that suddenly goes rocking the tower. These guys vanish in the explosion along with this tower.
We basically delayed them long enough to get all out in the open.
Yep.
Sweet.
As the skiffs fly away, one of them gives you the thumbs up from up on high. Snaggletooth Fortress is almost a completely decimated entity.
Awesome.
As the commander comes out, as the commander surveys the damage, he then takes a couple steps backwards, noting that pretty much everything is destroyed.
All his troops are gone, basically.
Yeah. And in this moment, as you look down below, there's a couple of these guys that straggle out and note the complete lack of a stairway. One of them jumps off into the rubble and dirt below. 2 large brutish orcs you assume to be his personal guard, part of his personal guard.
Well,
With that, camera sweeps back to Thorin. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry. The commander looks over towards you, gives one of these. As you can see his massive tusks gleaming, at which point he reaches underneath his cloak and brings out a large rifle and leveling it. And then taking a moment, he goes, and a pair of legs drop down.
tripod, basically.
And he starts sighting you guys. So that's his turn there.
Fletcher, do we got any rope? Can we get out of this tower? We need to get down.
Well, we just use our cloak and feather fall at
Sure.
the last second.
Yeah, that's true. Just
Drop a grenade down the hole.
we're wearing drop boots. Screw that.
Yeah. We have drop boots. It's all good.
Can we just like jump off the side over that way so we're
Yeah,
out
of course.
his range?
Good?
Alright.
Okay.
We're
Done.
both gonna like we're using our drop boots.
Yes, you told me that already.
Sorry. Okay.
Would you like to jump down?
Yes, please.
Great.
Almost.
The 2 of you taking a look at the scene, drop off the edge, landing down below behind brambles and rubble. A fire roars off to the side here. As you guys...
Fire.
Hey?
A roaring fire.
A roaring fire. As you guys stand there observing it, what do you do? You've, actually, yeah, it's instantaneous, so you still have movement.
Okay.
What health are you at?
2 and I'm at 2. We have to heal now.
Yeah. Crack open the rest of the herbalism kit and just start munching on it.
And healing him and me kind of.
Yeah. Us both just fucking mow down on the herbalism.
Trying to get some health back. That's
Yeah.
so screwed. We know it.
I just hand him a chunk of like leaves and stuff.
Eat this.
Eat this.
We should have probably got some healing potions from the quartermaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're that far ahead. On that 4-hour segment we were given to wander around, health was forgotten.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's why you had your poultice, right?
Yeah.
So, at least how much hit points do we get from that thing?
From the herbalism kit?
Yeah.
It's 2 hit points back when you're raised. If you're... Oh, you're already awake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're both awake.
Oh,
I'm trying to recover hit points.
you don't actually typically get... You get 1 hit point.
No. Well, we're at 3.
Close enough.
It's better than dead.
Yep. Wonder if we can make it this round.
Probably. Maybe. All we have to do is get those guys to come close enough to get hit by a frag grenade.
Yeah.
And then shoot at them afterwards. Otherwise, I'd suggest I throw the frag grenade.
Just I seem to have horrible luck with it.
Not only that, I have that higher dex.
That too.
And yes. I'm throwing it with strength 12 and dex of 4 to 8 and just
Yeah.
So, we're going to be waiting over here until these guys kind of get a little closer.
Oh, this is empty.
I think it's too saturated.
I don't think it's gonna light. That's okay. It's wick fuel, so once it's ignited, it's fine. but until it's ignited, not so much.
It's hard to get this stuff to go because it's soaking in.
Yeah.
That's why you use that stuff?
The sterno, yeah. Okay, so fire raging next to you as you guys land down below. You attempt to heal him with using some more of your herbalism kit. I do believe that's the... Or how many doses is in each herbalism kit? It's not a small amount.
2 kits though.
Yeah. Kits, yeah. Not only does he have 2 kits, but each herbalism kit... Oh, that's the frag grenades. Has something like 4 or 5 uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't actually formally say. It just says you can use it to make potions of healing.
Oh. Can I make potions of
or
healing?
antitoxins and whatnot.
Can I make potions of healing in my stomach?
No. Especially not right now. But that said, okay, so you guys drop down below as you don't see it, but the soldiers out there are moving.
Advancing towards our position.
They are advancing towards your position. They take cover there. This guy's going to run as such, double moving. He is going to adjust his gun. And position. Is he? No, actually, you know what? He is going to go prone.
He's sniping. I'm trying to.
And he's going to set up his gun as such.
Okay, Fletch.
Yes.
What's your best perception?
11.
Oh, shit.
Pity.
Okay.
That's like 120
We already know
feet.
that we already know that they're mad at us now that they know they're here, so we're gonna actually pull back farther and find cover behind the side of the wall.
Well, they just want to be your friends. You should go say hello.
Oh
Maybe
no,
just, ask
we're
them
gonna
to
set an
sit.
ambush. I'd rather do an ambush than anything, really. Technically, Fletcher, can we stick the hand grenade at the bottom of the tower and just shoot the stupid thing when they come close?
Yep.
We just have to be far enough away the tower won't...
Yep.
Yeah. I like
Wall
this
to wall
idea.
the tower goes down.
Yeah. Would the hand grenade destabilize it? Actually, technically, my guy's got stonework. Can I check that tower out and see where it will break? Stone trap.
You can easily see that it has... Yeah, you can easily see with your... Wait, sorry. You'd have to move yourself into position to see it.
Like, from that point there...
Actually, you know what? Never mind. What you could
side.
see of the tower, of this tower or
Yeah,
that tower?
this tower.
This tower looks like it's been blown to shit.
Yes,
All
I
the
know.
towers do.
I know, but I'm saying is, where can I put a grenade to destabilize it the greatest so that it will blow this way and fall down? Basically, we're trying to flatten them with the tower.
Okay, no, that's fair.
I got a grenade. What's the point of throwing it if we can blow them up?
You know what? Throw me a perception check.
Perception is what number am I rolling on this offer?
Perception?
Yeah.
Wisdom.
I got 4. Nope.
Nope. Looking inside, you can see that it's got a bunch of support structures still there, but you're not sure, and you can't see if it's so bad. But what you also see is that there are a bunch of soldiers in there that are pulling men out from under rubble. They're pulling some of their fellow orcs out of the rubble, and some of them are looking up towards the hole, and they're murmuring and they're shouting back at one another. There's about three of them in there that are still standing, and there's probably like 6 of them under rubble and
Is it
hurt.
possible to see the support beam directly line of sight from where I'm standing? Like a
No,
support beam.
that's what I
holding
mean.
up
With a
the
4, you weren't able to discern anything. But what you did see is that there are a bunch of soldiers in there.
Okay.
Yeah. They haven't seen you. They don't know that you jumped down.
Okay. So, how hard would it be to throw the hand grenade into the center of the whole bunch of ropes?
If you want to do that, go right ahead. That's fine.
Okay.
Well, if you want to kill our characters pretty quickly, probably.
No.
No, that would probably save your bacon, because in a moment I may roll the 3 dudes out and kill you guys.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm thinking along the lines. If I can drop the tower, I'm down on dropping the tower. So I'm tossing the hand grenade towards if I can, towards the center area of the tower.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So
Throw me dex check. And in case you're wondering why it's dex, not strength, it was strength when he was throwing a distance, and it was dex when it's a dex for when it's finesse. Although it's supposed to be always strength, just for the record.
Basic both of them almost? Off of both of them? Because the strength is the getting there.
No, you're rolling one or the other.
Yes, here. 12 plus 9.
Strength is rules as written. Dexterity is duly.
Is, so... 16?
16 to throw it. Cool. Scatter. It lands within 4 feet of your target and explodes. I roll dexterity checks. One gets a nat 20, one gets a fail, and one gets a really bad fail. The one sees the grenade clink into position and runs away, jumping over some rubble to take cover. Another one goes to try and grab it, probably not a good idea, and the last one tries to jump out of the way, but he's got one of the dead ones in an arm, and unfortunately can't get away in time. So as it goes off, it's how much damage? 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
There's 3 guys in that space.
Yeah. The one explodes and dies, the other one takes 16, and the other one is unscathed. Okay. So there's still 2 remaining in there. The one with the 16 damage screams out in pain as the grenade goes off. At which point the camera sweeps from Thorin to Zazabar.
So we're backing off away from the tower too at the same point. Query on that explosion.
Are you moving?
I was backing off after hucking grenade, just basically huck it and run away.
Okay.
Because we don't want to be anywhere near when it goes off.
Oh, this is not invisible wall.
Yeah.
This is rubble.
Yeah.
And fortress wall and cliff.
So
we're going to run up to the fortress wall.
Not just difficult terrain, impassable terrain.
Yes, but we're not running away from this combat area as much as we're running on an angle up towards the fortress wall, but away from the tower.
That's fine.
So if the fortress
You're at the fortress wall.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine, that's plenty. That's enough space. That's what? You're just standing beside me in the fortress wall. If that tower crumbles, it has less chance of hitting you than it does where you're standing now. And we're now farther away from them as well.
Cool.
Fletcher, you are actually in sight. That way.
Fuck you, OBS.
We're kind of behind the tower, not there. Trying not to be visible from that tower, right? You can shoot from that tower.
All I could see was my tail moving back and forth.
It's like hiss and a cute hiss.
No, I just have tiny little front side horns. Not like the side ones that are all like, bro, I'm gnarly and evil.
No.
Okay, so moving yourselves into position as such, the one orc that jumped behind cover comes rolling out to the entryway. As he sees you guys there, he throws his own grenade. He gets a nat 20.
Oh shit.
What's the chances of my guy running up and kicking it back?
If you'd have said you had a held action, I would have totally allowed it. As it stands, this guy whips it so perfectly, he cooks it off before he throws it. And as it comes in close, both of you can throw dex checks. I'm assuming this is going to floor you.
I got 14.
11.
13 and 11. Needed a 15, by the way, but that said, 10, 14, 15, 16 points of damage as it explodes.
Oh.
So,
I'm dead.
We're dead.
as you guys are blasted away, landing on the ground behind you, the music suddenly shifts mood.
We got splattered.
Not brought back to the Animus, nothing?
No, we did not. We forgot to bring health stuff, or we would have survived it. Well, not really, because it's still doing part of damage. Although, it would have been fun if you had picked up a second bomb to your grenades.
Fair enough, that would probably let us live.
We could talk about more on the top. Although, if I had known the towers were flat on the top, I wouldn't aim for a tower.
Yeah, me too.
I thought they had kind of walls and like siding, so they could like more like defense towers.
Well, you might have wanted to land, outside the fortress and infiltrate, but that's beside the point. Point being, is as it all goes dark, you watch as a silhouette comes up over the rubble, the smoking heap of rubble, and walks towards you. Another orc comes towards you as well. The one after the next in tow. They come up to you, and the last thing you feel is one of them grabs Thorin by the ankle, the other grabs Zazabar by the arm, and you feel yourself getting dragged.
Oh, fun.
Oh, joy.
Hey, we're not dead yet.
Severely unconscious.
Yes, in a lot of pain.
Tons of pain, like agonizing, screaming
Well, not really, we're
pain.
unconscious.
I know, but it's still agonizing. You'll be screaming on the inside.
If you could feel it, you would be screaming.
Exactly.
Yes. Caused a lot of havoc with those grenades.
Yeah.
Grenades are dangerous, yes. So are
Yeah,
fireballs and
I
shit.
was going to ask you how much of the structure I damaged before the guy stepped out. 'cause I-
Right. So the explosion goes off. The entirety of the tower rocks a little bit, but it doesn't cave in.
Okay, 'cause I was aiming for the support structure in the center. I was trying to weaken that thing with the grenade.
So, as he starts to drag you guys, you hear overhead, in your half-conscious state, you hear overhead another, and you see another pair of silhouettes, a pair of birds, sweep overhead, and you hear another rumbling and explosions, and the one orc that's holding you by the arm and the one holding you by the leg suddenly perk up and look off to the distance, and you can hear faint shouting. And they ditch you and run off. You're situated on the ground. Death saves.
Oh boy. I'm gonna stand right here.
5.
9.
Not going well. You slip into unconsciousness completely.
What's with is it with off constitution?
It is.
Okay, so I have
Oh.
actually 12.
6.
Oh, actually, no. Death saves, as Joe would say, have no... Hang on. Let me just double check if death saves even have a bonus.
Do they work out proficiencies?
No, they don't.
No.
I'm guessing it's
I don't
above
think you
10.
add anything to death saves, as a matter of fact.
Well, that was the shortest game I've ever played.
It's not over yet.
Hey, we'll
I'm
see
kidding.
how it's just being very, very deadly.
Yeah.
Well, we did go jump right into camp, like straight right.
Well,
But we didn't even know which tower he was in. It was hard to tell. If we knew which tower he was in.
No, there's no bonuses, sorry. So if you didn't get 10 or over, you failed the death save.
Alright.
So that said, you slip completely into unconsciousness.
Oh, fun.
Make another one.
Okay. Thank you.
mother.
I got 4 as well.
Shitty deal.
We both got 4.
Right? That said,
I think I'm dead. Oh, where built him?
I would think so too. Where is it? Sorry, I'm just looking for a specific song here.
I have my cell phone here. What?
You should. You've got a pocket.
No.
You were talking to us on it, so
Oops. Shit.
unless it's in the car.
No, I
No,
know
it
I
was
brought here.
it was right there.
Yeah.
It was.
Was.
What'd you do with it? Oh, you plugged it in?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you plugged it in.
Dirty, 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 dirty.
Right, so as darkness overtakes and you fail death saving throw after death saving throw, it looks like all is lost. Make one more.
Come on, I want to get something high. 11?
11 is good.
Not one.
Oh shit. And
Yeah.
that's it. Unfortunately, Zazabar expires, fading altogether, his life ebbing
Wait,
as
wait,
he
question
dies.
though, is if I recovered from 11, can I stick some of that herb in his mouth and squish it real quick?
You're not recovered.
Oh.
You have to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures.
Oh.
And you have 2 failures and 1 success.
Oh, shoot.
But that's okay, because I was only needing the 1, as it gives you enough time for something to happen. You're not quite sure what, but your jaw is being moved, and you're currently masticating some sort of herb, something like you were doing earlier. But as you come to slowly, you see several of the Covenant of Silver soldiers standing around, and you can see off to the side the commander being held with his arms up in chains and a gun pointed to his head.
So,
At least we did somewhat of the job.
You,
got him out of
you
position.
lull to the one side, and you see some of your fellow soldiers picking Zazabar up, and they're flipping him over their shoulder. And the one looks down at you, that's fed you the poultice, and says, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
3.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Good. Gives you a hand.
Alright.
He yanks you up to your feet. Shame about your compatriot.
Pity. Definitely.
Right, we're done! And he does one of these, and as you're looking around, the place has been fucking destroyed. The place is not even like a base anymore. This, you were wondering what would it take to cave it in? It's been fucking caved in. You guys find yourself situated in the center here with a bunch of soldiers. Oh, he's very dead. Yeah, he's very dead at the moment.
Oh, very dead at the moment.
Yeah, he's very dead.
At the moment.
In any event. Oh, you can always write another character.
Or you guys resurrect him.
He could, but the Covenant of Silver doesn't waste resources like that. Come on now.
On newbies? Of course not.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
In any event.
Recruit a new one.
So, as the 4 elite Covenant of Silver soldiers collect you guys together, they get into the center of the of what's left of the fortress, and with the commander in chains and at gunpoint, you watch as the CS Silverbird comes and rests in place at a high altitude. A single skiff drops and comes flying through. A cable hanging loosely behind it as the Covenant of Silver commander latches onto the Orcan commander and then throws the hook up. It grabs a hold of the passing cable, and you watch as the commander, boink, disappears going upwards. The Orc goes, whoa! The skiff flies away and flies back to the airship overhead.
Dropping off dude and coming back, yeah.
After which, a bunch of other skiffs drop down and sail towards you, one after the next, each individual picked up, yourselves included, and before long, you find yourselves back on the CS Silverbird. In debriefing, you hear that your compatriot has been interred and will receive a soldier's burial. You are commended for your work and are given a commendation for surviving.
Yeah.
However, you don't. You're told that you apparently failed the mission, and that in future you may want to consider tactics and to report to training immediately.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm broken. Get to training.
I will go to training and then you showed up to the hospital afterwards.
So you get to the training area, and actually the medic looks you over.
Larry, first before, can I grab his extra pistol that they didn't issue him?
No.
Oh.
You're gonna loot one of your fellow soldiers. You want a pistol? Just go hit the quartermaster.
Again? Okay.
Literally, you just go to him and be like, I need a gun. And they'll be like, here's a gun. Anyway, with that said, you guys, you at this point return to your training. The medic looks you over and does the thing. Gives you a shot of a stim, which gives you half your hit points back.
Okay.
And peps you up such that you're good for the rest of the day. Meanwhile, your body is laid to rest in one of the Covenant of Silver burner boxes that they then put through the kiln. You return to ash, bottled, and put on the shelf with the rest to be commemorated. Your name is forever imprinted in gold underneath your jar.
Nice.
You have a gold jar with your name on it, right?
No, he has a gold
He lives in a gold jar.
nameplate. No, he lives in a canopic jar. He has a nameplate though.
Yeah.
So you're now
Aren't you glad you didn't bring Kale into this?
Yeah.
It caused such a story hole.
Yeah.
And now that
Then we'd have to backtrack and go
Not even that,
forward,
you'd kill him.
and no, he would be dead already.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
That'd be no good. And that
Into self-fight.
that is Covenant of Silver stories. That is COS stories. And the nastiness that it's supposed to be. And if you thought this was tough, you should have seen some of the other shit that we threw the people into.
The one I remember was the Santa Claus one. Took on Santa Claus with a ship gun.
Ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
2
that.
years ago.
So, with that said,
So,
it was momentary. It was a very quick game, actually.
Yeah.
For my character?
You can take 250 experience.
Sweet.
Actually, sorry. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, 250 experience. And that was literally, what, an hour? 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So, I got experience.
Oh.
So if
I can get a ride right away too.
Perfect timing.
Can I get a reload of grenades?
For your next mission, maybe. But But actually, what happens at the end of a session, typically for a Covenant of Silver Soldier, is you return your gear that you haven't used. So unused grenades specifically.
Oh, well, they're all...
Explosives outside of the quartermaster area on non-mission time is considered a very irresponsible and...
Oh, I can understand. It can go off.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure I get a reload afterwards. Just making sure I can happen still.
That's fine. With that said, yeah, you can turn it in and...
Can I modify my gun at that point? My other pistol, my personal one?
Yeah, you can set to work on that.
The next mod is I want to do a silencer on it.
The Covenant of Silver doesn't... Well, they do deal in silencers, but they don't deal in separate silencers. They actually fashion stealth guns for rogues in the group. So that's a separate thing altogether.
Okay.
But that said, you turn in your gear, continue training, get patched up by a medic, and then turn in for the evening, and the credits roll.
Okay.
That's the end of the session. What'd you like? What'd you hate? What was your favorite part? What'd you like the least? Fletcher.
I died. That's what I hated. I died.
Yeah, it sucks. What'd you like?
It's whatever. What I liked was that we could raid an entire encampment and use the skiffs and stuff and actually look into what my other character was doing, kind of thing. That was really cool. Thank you.
Yep. So now you understand what your character used to do.
Like, fully, yes.
Yeah.
Before I was all like, oh yeah, I drop ship this, bullshit that.
Yeah, no, this is what the campaign started at, and then it turned into Cloudspire's Chronicles afterwards.
Nice.
Long time ago. Anyway, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What was your favorite part? What'd you like least, Alex?
What I did like the fact that we get to assault the base, and I did like the fact that I got a whole bunch of grenades. That was fun. Except for they kind of killed me.
Yeah, grenades can be dangerous to both parties.
Yeah.
And it would just take that much longer just to create a level 10 character for him, so...
A level 1 character?
No, level 10. Kale is level 10.
Oh, to match up to your character.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm of the mindset that if you want to play a level 10 character, you need to earn a level 10 character at my table.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no point in just coming in and... Unless we're doing the Monsters Manual alphabetically. You're playing at level 20, and today we're going to start with Aarakocras and Aboleths. And you're fighting an Aarakocra and an Aboleth and an Ant-Man and an Ape. You know?
Yeah.
That sounds like...
This is an exciting game at D&D! Alright, so... you like the base assault, and you didn't like... Sorry?
No, the starting was fun, like jumping in and stuff. That was like really cool, but...
No, that's cool.
It just... Didn't know that the towers were flat-topped. Like... I thought it was more like a fortress, like you'd see like an orc fortress, like a WoW, like how they have like
sure, yeah.
Like more defensive style fortress than if it was like a defensive top, we would have hid behind the walls in there instead of being shot at.
The fuck is wrong with you, Google? I go from Chill With Me the album to fucking dramatic bullshit. Go fuck yourself. Fuck, if it's not my cameras, it's my music. Everything's sabotaging my stream.
Almost like you need 2 computers running that system.
Ugh, don't get me started. Sorry, anyway. So, details that you should have asked about, that I should have described, that ended up, you believe, fucking you over in the end.
Yeah, well,
I guess. I don't know.
Tower didn't have walls on the top like I thought it would. Because most scout towers always have, like, defense points for when you're shooting guns and stuff.
Right. So, having some cover is what you were after.
Yeah. That's why I was going for tower top, because I figured the tower top would be well covered.
Sure.
Apparently it was empty white space.
And then, of course, you encountered buddies that came up and over.
Buddies, and that was understandable. I was expecting those.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Good session.
Yeah.
Momentary, intense, and very high octane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fletcher's now very dead.
Yeah, I'm now very dead.
That's okay. He will be back next week with another Covenant of Silver Soldier.
So we're done for the time?
We are.
Oh, I'm not doing a second short mission? Oh.
I got shit to do with my day.
Oh,
But I did want to get this done, and we can do it again next week as well. So.
We can get hopefully next to actually show up.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on Max.
No.
If I was you guys, I wouldn't rely on Max.
Max had said he had other friends that wanted to play. And I was like, well, then tell them there was a game playing.
Yeah, there's all sorts of friends that want to play. You guys included.
Yeah, I know.
But the fact
You
is,
can
he's
pick
got
me
shit
up.
to do on a day, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if he's
Okay.
gonna show up, you gotta plan it well in advance.
Yeah, like.
Bye. If not, I'm walking. I may as well just walk over to Alex's with him. If you don't mind too much.
Huh? Oh.
It's just a break from
Your house.
same old, and my house being complete shit fest.
Crazy. You sleep with
Crazy.
Oh my god, what the fuck? That's awesome.
Ha. Sounds like he sounds like another leg. Need another leg.
Can't make trap out of that 3 legs, true.
Yeah.
That comment was a while ago, like
Yeah.
7 whole minutes ago.
Fairy is funny. Filing her nails.
Yeah, she's got a whole bunch of fidgets. So next week, you know, don't rely on flaky people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
And
find
make
someone
sure
else
that you guys have your ducks in a row before
yeah,
going around.
do that. So,
I wouldn't sweat too much about dying, by the way.
yeah.
Okay.
This is supposed to be a very deadly mission. I was expecting... there was a couple times I could have TPK'd you both. I mean, when I threw the grenade at you, I could have killed you
Yeah.
both. But I was being nice. Twice over, actually.
Yeah, I kind of I saw that one.
So I can leave these with you?
Yeah.
Or
Or are we taking?
You can hang on to it, or you can leave it.
I'll leave it here.
Actually, you know what? Take it with you.
Oh.
You know what? I don't want a bunch of paperwork hanging around here
fair
anymore.
enough.
Don't forget it when you come back, and take it with you.
Yeah.
Can I have my Kraken token or what?
Sorry?
You want half the Kraken or?
You can take your Kraken, dude. Whatever. It's fine.
I don't think you have to.
The Kraken that you were donating to the table?
Well,
By all means, take it with.
No one else used it or cracked it. So.
Well, it would get cracked if it was here.
Oh well, I'll bring it back next week anyway. So it'll be cracked then. I am leaving the beer, however. Okay.
What?
I'm leaving the beer, however. Are these stuff? Huh?
You don't have to worry about it, dude.
Alright.
You really don't. It's all good. Clean up your garbage, and that's good enough for me.
Alright.
Cool. Excellent.
My pleasure.
Thank you for the time.
No problem. We shall see you again next week
Yes.
for more Covenant of Silver stories.
We shall
Yes.
find some other people.
Some more exceptionally deadly missions where you're inexplicably set as a pair against an entire horde of orcs.
Okay, next time we'll remember, Fletcher, next time we have to ask about health options.
Yeah.
And how many potions can we carry before they say we can't carry anymore? Because if I can carry 100, I'll take all 100.
Well, you can't carry 100, but you could.
Yeah,
you
but
could have carried at least one. You know.
Yeah, 1 or 2 is going to make it a lot healthier than...
You know, at the end of the day, the herbalism kit, like I say, you could have used it to make health potions before you went out.
Yeah, I think you knew about that first.
So, c'est la vie.
Far.
It's lessons learned, is what it is,
Yeah,
and you
it's
learn the
learning
hard way.
experiences. And we have found out what not to do. The fun way. I won't say the hard way, because you still got to blow up. Nice blast. Nice blast.
Yeah.
Walk safe.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Done. It's been a pleasure. I know I was really nice during that. There was a couple times over where, you know, they could have, they should have been TPK'd sooner. Let them have another chance. Let them have another chance. That sort of thing. It wasn't really planned out. I will admit. I made this all up as I went. So that's why descriptions were a little stunted. And it's been a long time since I've had to do a lot of Covenant of Silver stuff, but they are my favorite organization and the inspiration for everything that my current campaign world is, and as a matter of fact. But otherwise, it went alright. I mean, it was high octane, it was high action, it was very, very tense. You know, maybe goblins would have been easier and better. Kobolds, who's to say, right? You know, when you've got guns in the mix, it raises the bar exponentially for what you have to do in order to make things exciting. If it's, you know, like orcs, how many hit points does an orc have here? Yeah, like 15. So as soon as they're hit, like this guy should have died, I guess. All things considered, I wasn't letting them die fast enough. I think that's my biggest fault, is that at 15 hit points, they should have been able to kill an orc in one shot with a gun. But I wasn't paying attention to that. So you got the guy that had 18 hit points of damage, and then he had to fall to die, and that's my shortcoming, as a matter of fact. I didn't think about that. But that all said, I mean, things are supposed to be evolved in this world. Things are supposed to be harder in this world. Creatures are supposed to be hardier, armored, that sort of thing. I mean, orcs that carry guns, you know what I mean? But in any event, it was a good little session. But yeah, I was too hard on some aspects and too easy on others. It's been a while since I ran a first level. I think that's what it is I haven't run a first level campaign in a while. So it is. Good session otherwise. Thank you very much for attending, everybody. Please do scroll down and vote for me on the Wayfair link if you haven't already done so today. That can be done every day. So I'd really appreciate it if everyone did that for me. Then we could get a bunch of redonkulous furniture shipped over. Once again, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you on Friday. Cheers.